and welcome. Welcome into this is the Blender Show, not the Blender Pop Show. It is the Pop Blender Show. It is the Mats and Matthew Show. It's not the Matthew, not the Matson Show. It's not the Green Tom Show. It's not the Thumb Tom Show. It's not the Brown Thumb Show. Anyway, so here we are on a Friday night, loosey-goosey. Gonna have some fun, gonna watch some trailers. We're going to try to make your Friday night a little more interesting if you're our age and you don't go out on the town anymore. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, look what... Oh, my God. I guess he can go upside down. Let's do this. Oh, the magic of modern technology. All right. So, we usually open up with you showing us whatever. I want you to go full screen and do your best Holland, Garfield, Maguire, Spider-Man flips and shit right now. Boom.
Flip.
Holy, ladies and gentlemen, it's amazing. He is the amazing Spider-Man. Look what you can do with that figure. You can hold him upside down. You can hold him sideways. You can bend his knees. You can do all kinds of magical, mysterious things. But the next thing Matthew's about to show us on screen right now is something you have never been at. Wait. Well, okay, I guess you don't want to show that. Welcome in. Show already in progress, ladies and gentlemen. Talk to me, Matthew. What you got, baby?
For a Marvel Legends, this is probably the best articulated Spider-Man that's out there, and it's the brand new day one.
Yeah. You were talking about this figure because we talked about and again, look, my toy knowledge knows no bounds. It is probably far and above anybody that will ever tune in tonight, but I don't like to make people feel bad. I don't want them to feel bad and express like all the knowledge that I have. So I like you to balance me out. And so we talked about the Spider-Man figure everybody went gaga over. Was it last year?
Yeah.
The Maximum, right?
Maximum,
the Maximum,
yeah.
as Eric Thurman in the chat so thankfully put. The Maximum Spider-Man. I mean, my cousin, 3-star was like hanging it upside down off his mic and shit like that. And it was just like, it's super cool. I mean, it is. You can do a lot of poses. But you told me after we got done with our stream the other night that you could do really more with this one. Like it was even more articulated than the Maximum. Is that pretty much right?
Well, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to play with it, but they went back and they changed the neck articulation so he can actually look up, unlike Classifieds and Marvel Legends.
Okay.
So they put the disc hinge at the end there, so he's got pretty darn good range. And this is what makes me mad is because I was talking to people about this kind of articulation on a Spider-Man figure, and everybody was telling me, "Oh, but that creates so much of a gap in the neck when you look it up." Do you see how that doesn't have a gap?
Hang on, I'm gonna put you full screen because I'm a big fan of gaps and axe wounds, but
giant gashes, yeah. But this is exactly what I was talking about. Was that you don't have to have it like that, and he still has the ball on top of it, so he can turn his head and do all kinds of really cool stuff that none of the other Spider-Mans can do. I'm just saying.
Better learn something.
But I do think that the potential one that's going to beat it is the one that they showed off today at San Diego, which was the black suited Maximum black suited Spider-Man.
Nice.
Symbiote Spider-Man. That one looks pretty cool. But
so
I'm done with Spider-Man figures. That's it for me.
Hey, and I know you guys, and by the way, in the chat, I want to thank everybody. This is not our normal show where I try to have everything so I say nice and tight. but lined up where we just were like, boom, okay, let's hit it. I know I went a really long on the Odyssey review slash talk on Tuesday night, so I kind of want to come back tonight and just kind of hang out, have a little fun, a little loose. Okay, we don't, there's no time frame. You and I, I know you don't have all night, but at the same time, we're not constrained, right? So we
Yeah,
can kind of
yeah.
cut up a little bit, shoot the shit a little bit. Don't feel so rushed. But I did want to say hello to Stanley here, and hopefully Felicia will make a cameo tonight. She's a lovely lady and very super cool. And maybe Steve Martin will get a chance if he's not on the road. Johnny freaking Reno, cheers to you, brother. I have had a couple pops tonight, no pun intended. And and as Stanley says, Clayface or bust. We are going to take a look at the Clayface trailer, and actually several trailers tonight if YouTube doesn't kick us off. Eric Thurman is in the house. What's up, Eric? Good to see you, man. Turk Murphy's hanging out with us tonight for a little while. Mother Slug, what is up, Mother Slug? And I know you definitely comment quite a bit, so I try to highlight and hang on to some of your stuff. So don't you fret. If I haven't highlighted anything, I'll definitely try to bring stuff up. And I know you don't do that. I'm just saying, anybody that comments, I promise I'll definitely try to highlight everything. HK Viper, what's up? Tasi, what's up? Yeah, I was having a little fun with the title tonight, Friday Night Live with your host, Deez, and the thumbnail. I've been watching a lot of Tim and Eric lately. I don't know if you watched Tim and Eric back in the
No,
day,
no,
Matthew.
no.
That was an Adult Swim, Tim Heidecker and Eric Warheim. And in from like 2000 and maybe 4 or 5 until maybe 2018,
Wow.
maybe less. They had a
Yeah.
lot of great comedy. And
Okay.
so very goofy, very just out of left field comedy. But I was trying to have a little fun with the thumbnail just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Awesome.
Like I said, tonight's show just kind of whatever, off the cuff. So we kind of whatever pace we want to go. We can go through some of the San Diego Comic Con G.I. Joe reveals and whatever ones that come up in your head, mention it to me. I'll just pull it
Oh,
up. We'll just look
man,
at it and see.
everything
You know.
Jada was killing it. So,
Okay.
I'm
Well, we can definitely.
Jada's got some awesome stuff. Uh, Big Bad Workshop showed off some really cool things that weren't at Joe Fast because they were saving it
Okay.
for SDCC. Um, and there were a handful of others, but the one I couldn't find the manufacturer on was that somebody was showing off a Project Hail Mary Rocky action figure, like life size. So it was like that big or whatever.
Okay.
I don't know who made that one. I can't find that post again. But even on the post, there was no reference to what booth it was or anything. But
So
lots of cool stuff. And then, Rick Moranis and Spaceballs and the Energon panel, I think, is tomorrow. G.I. Joe and Marvel Legends. And I don't know if Star Wars had their panel yet or not, but Marvel Legends did, and G.I. Joe did. So lots of good stuff going on.
well, I did get some photos sent to me by War Chest also of a Conan figure.
Oh
And
yeah,
this is totally new to me, of course, but like these photographs are absolutely insane. Like, and,
okay.
and I don't know if you've seen these or not. I
I'm
don't know
sure I
what this is
have.
from. I had asked him, maybe what company it was. Had not responded to me yet,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
was hoping
yeah.
that
If you show
maybe
me the
he would.
pictures, I could probably tell you which one it is.
Well, I'm downloading them,
Yep.
and so I'm definitely trying to get them and then email them to myself so I can bring them up on the stream. Because dude, they look absolutely insane. So if I
Well,
can
so
grab them and off
yeah,
my
yeah.
phone here.
My favorite Conan figure at the moment, the company that made that one has only ever made that one, is looks like they're making two more Conan figures coming up. King Conan and uh, Queen Nefertiti, I think is what it is. But yeah, so
Okay.
there's so much Conan stuff coming out. It's awesome. Gendy Tartakovsky actually talked about it the other day about his animated Conan show that he's working on. I'm getting more and more excited about it. I hope
So
it's not like season
initially,
three of Primal, but
initially you
he's
were
such a
kind
big.
of
Well,
skeptical.
I am only, and I'll say it again. I wasn't skeptical because I know how much he loves Conan, but he also did Primal season three, and Primal season three is not what I want. I don't want any of that crap in my Conan story, and I worry about it because the whole story is about Billy, the Pirate Queen, and Conan's adventures together.
Okay.
Um, and the character Belit was in like two paragraphs of a Conan story, but the references are massive for everything that they're doing. I mean, that doesn't look like the Mezco one.
I don't. I wish he would message me back. He might. Here he is. He says, "I'm not sure if they're action figs or 12-inch figs or if it's a
No, they
statue."
they look like
So
the 12 inch. They look like 12-inch either statues or like Hot Toys or whatever. Because you can't do hair like that on a 6-inch figure.
yeah,
But
right.
Mezco has movie Conan figures that are coming out that look pretty good. Heroic Signatures have their version, and then Boss Fight Studios has their version. So everybody's got a piece of Conan at the moment that they're slapping the names onto. So that's interesting.
Well, since you mentioned Jada, let's
Yeah.
take a look at some of the Jada exclusives here. This is off of the. It says Next Level, but
Yeah,
this is
so
Jada
that's
Next
Jada's
Level.
website. Yeah,
hmm
yeah, that's their
And
website.
so this is from their official website, and this is the
So
Invincible.
yeah, those are just the exclusives, the SDCC exclusives
Right.
that are all sold out again.
Of course. Right. Ultra Street Fighter 2 Akuma. And then you have
So
your
yeah, it's a
You
player two
Lose
version or
accessory set.
whatever.
Now this is the headset.
Yeah.
This is the headset, right? The You Lose headset that I know a few people were pretty salty about.
Well,
Um,
they dropped it again, and a lot more people got it, and
you're a little robotic right now, just to
oh,
let you know. You got
okay.
a little. I mean, it's cool as shit. I ain't gonna lie, but you are a bit robotic at the moment, even
Okay.
without the headphones.
Okay. Um, yeah. So they dropped that, and they may do a round three. I don't know because they said this was round two, and these matches tend to go 3 rounds. So I would imagine that tomorrow there might just possibly be another drop. I don't know. The thing is with the first drop shipped almost immediately or within a few days. The second drop will ship in a couple weeks, so the shipments are not fully there. So a lot of these companies, they'll do airdrops for conventions, and then they'll have some on stock that they didn't take to the show that they'll sell on the website. And then when the full shipment comes in, they'll ship those out.
Do you want to check really quickly? If you want to bounce out for a second, if you want to
Okay.
check and just see, it sounded all right there for a second. Um, and if you want to stay on, that's fine. You want to just keep checking, that's fine too. But it definitely was having some issues. Like wasn't cutting out, just had
Yeah.
some like robotic action going on, which I actually wish we could keep going with it because it is kind of wild. But I know people might have an issue. I did want to share a little bit of if Johnny Reno is okay with me sharing a little bit with you guys because I know Johnny was not real thrilled with the price of the Laura Croft Tomb Raider figure that came out with the accessories and stuff. And I know we're kind of jumping a little bit, but what I want to say is I also know that when it comes to exclusives and stuff like this, obviously if you're not there and you don't have that opportunity to buy and take home with you, but trying to buy stuff if it goes up is obviously going to be touch and go, right? And so with anything like the Jada exclusives or any others, I assume those are going to be extremely hard to get a hold of if by chance they do come up, for order if you're not there in person. And yeah, there's a smoking ad says HK Viper. Um, we'll get it fixed out. We'll get it. No worries. But I do know that a lot of people really were not happy about the Jada. Can you? And once Matthew gets kind of set up here, I want him to kind of run me through that a little bit. If anybody else had any issues or any trying to get some stuff that maybe went up from SDCC, just let us know kind of what your experience was. I know some people were having trouble with the Lara Croft Tomb Raider classified figure, for instance. I did not personally, as we say hello to Cypher63. What's up? But were you trying to get those head packs, Matthew, from the You Lose accessory set? Are you muted?
I am. Yep.
Boom.
How's that
Beautiful.
sound? Is that better?
Sounds fantastic, brother. Go
Okay.
right ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, I got round two. So I was successful there. Um, these things are always a challenge, but there's also this false FOMO thing that happens because immediately when they sold out in 2 minutes or 3 minutes, people had it in their cart and they were trying to check out, and there says waiting in line, waiting in line, waiting in line, sold out. And so people were like pissed because they had it in their cart and then it got taken out. And people that were at the convention, like Graf, were extremely ticked off because they kept changing the line rules. They kept shutting down the lines, moving the line, saying, hey, come back at this time. But there was a secret line of people that still waited or whatever, and then got first dibs or left and came back and got in front of everybody who was there before. So there was no ticketing system or anything like that to keep track of who was there when. So people kept getting pushed back to the end of the line. And he ended up getting his online instead of from the booth that he was at
How
because they wouldn't
weird.
sell it to him.
How weird is that though?
Yeah.
That makes no sense, man. And
Yeah.
and I know I'll probably, hopefully hear from him to get that firsthand account of what that's like to be there and then have them kind of all of a sudden change up the line on you and what time and everything. I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
simple process, I would assume. You
Well,
know?
and so everybody does it different. And if you don't have experience with it, maybe, it gets out of hand. But yeah, I don't know that Jada has their convention thing done quite well enough for action figures, because that's not their primary business. Right?
Okay.
They sell die-cast scaled vehicles, right? So they sell all the cars
Right.
from all the cool lines, and they get licenses to do them, and they've got Flintstones cars and all kinds of stuff coming up, Simpsons vehicles, and Batman and Scooby Doo and everything else, and they make them from the little Hot Wheels type to the Micro Machine type to you know bigger cars that are larger scaled. Um, so that's their primary business. And with June, they've got into action figures. And I know a lot of people were talking about the Hasbro Street Fighter movie figures that look terrible, in my opinion. If they have butterfly joints, they don't work at all. And everybody was wondering why Jada wouldn't get that license. And my first thought was because they couldn't handle the volume.
Okay,
Um,
so that's something that I think and I want to say hey to 3 Star Draw popping in here, hanging out on a Friday night. Stanley says Jada may be too small to have organized line control. I mean,
yeah, that's true too.
is that possible though? Like in
No,
person, it's
you,
not
you can.
I can't imagine
It's
it's that difficult.
all you have to do is get con security to help you out. You need one or two
Sure.
people from con security to help you out if you don't have the manpower. But I mean, it should be as simple as 1 to 2 people, and you set up the line, and then you guide people into the line, and you try to keep people from cutting the line. And then
Yeah.
the problem is you have to have a system. If you have to take a break or step away from the booth or whatever, one, you should always have somebody there during the convention. There shouldn't be any breaks for a line like that when people are purchasing things,
Right.
unless you're trying to reset the booth or something like that because you want to show off something different after, say, your panel or something like that. But while you're at the panel, that's when you do that. Um, if you have to send people away for any reason, you have to do something like a ticketing system, and you say you can come back at this time, and boom, boom, boom. You give the first 50 people these tickets and say, you guys come in line in this order, and then we'll start from there, and people can line up behind you, and then
Okay.
that type of thing. Because otherwise, you're just pissing people off, making them come back and forth, and each time they come back, they're further away in the line.
It's
It's not.
too
It really
bad.
isn't that hard, but
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine. Todd C says they had no limits. First come, first serve. 13th Assassin. What the HE double hockey sticks is going on with you? Good to see you, man. And this goes to, we'll get into it in a minute as we get to the GI Joe reveals. But this is as I said before, I stopped buying the overpriced shit Hasbro is paying off for classified. Yeah, that's not the first time I've heard that. As I
well,
mentioned,
so
and with some other toys too, man.
Oh
Some
yeah,
other toys too.
I will say that we see this every year or two, that when Kamakura comes out and is an Amazon exclusive for $35, when all the other figures are $22,
Right.
and you come out with this deluxe packaging, and everybody's like, well, what's deluxe? And nobody will agree on what deluxe is. And Kamakura came with a bunch of things that most of the other classifieds didn't come with. And he was a $35 price point. Everybody was ticked off about that. I said, I'm out. I'm not doing this. This is crazy. They're just going to keep hiking this up. Well, of course they are. That's their job as a corporation.
Yes.
I think this Tomb Raider figure is sending a lot of sour grapes to a lot of people, because they're like, we're paying the license fee of $15 on the figure. Nobody wanted it in a foil retro carded back. If that cost more, we didn't want that. Nobody cares about that. If you want the figure, then it doesn't justify the accessories. You look at those accessories and you're like, that's the same kind of loadout that we've gotten with standard price figures before.
Yes. That is exactly the conversation that was had with me through text today.
It's not the Legacy Special Ops that has all that extra gear. She's got gear, she's got stuff.
Yeah, but it's bullshit, man. People would have been absolutely satisfied with double matching pistols.
Yep.
Maybe a machine gun, but I think most people are like, hey, give me first game, give me the matching pistols, and maybe one other thing, maybe a backpack, but for the most part, it's
you should have the backpack.
Yes.
I do really like the bow and arrow thing,
sure,
and the quiver
I like it too.
that they threw in there
from the newer games. Newer games.
It is from the newer games. The climbing picks are kind of cool, but
from
honestly, if you give me the dual pistols, the backpack, and some extra hands, and
Boom.
Maybe an extra head, I mean,
good,
done. I'm done.
That's it. And you're right. And like a lot of people are saying, and is like I said, or mentioned, put up here 3 stars, said, hey, now we got deluxe on retro cards. That's kind of the
how does that even work?
Trick. Exactly. And so I have seen this making the rounds. Now, the funny thing is though, is that it didn't necessarily diminish the desire for this figure, because as you text me and as I saw, evidently it was crashing sites. It was crashing sites to get this figure.
I don't know what else went up at the same time on BBTS, but I believe that was the only thing going up at that moment. And so it was really weird that for about an hour, people had a real difficult time getting on the website. I don't know what happened with Amazon. I never saw it in stock at Amazon, and I was there from second one. It never populated as having any in stock. And so
I went to Pulse.
Yep.
But
Pulse had it the longest.
And that's interesting. I never necessarily keep up with that, but it was interesting because I went there at whatever Central Standard Time it was. It came up. I went on there. I used Chrome. I don't use that shitty app that they have. I used Chrome. I went on there. I had no issues whatsoever. I even had to do the PayPal thing where it sends you the code. You got to punch the code in. So it takes a few extra seconds to do that. And I still got it. Now, again, I mentioned this a few streams ago, a couple with my cousin, and whatever is that this is a figure that I want. It's just because this is a figure I have a connection to, or a
Right.
character that
Yep.
I have a connection to. I want this figure. I understand the complaints, obviously, on pricing and accessories and everything else, but when it comes down to it, the price and a retro card, it's it's starting to get a little wonky, right? It's starting to get a little wonky, and then that
Well,
opens the door.
yeah.
That opens the door.
The new price points for this year, or when they raised them the last time, really set everybody askew. And I've never agreed with their price points to begin with, because if you buy a 2-pack, you should be getting a discount, right? You're buying 2 figures in one package, so it should be a little less than buying 2 figures individually. But at
Right.
Hasbro, it's more than buying 2 figures individually. And now with this, technically they're going to call it a 3-pack with the Slaughters Marauders, or Mad Marauders,
Oh
Mutt
yeah.
Junkyard, and Footloose. That one's got a much higher price point. And for all the reuse that's in there, the repaint reuse in there, it would be nice to see them, you know, give a little on some of that. It just makes me appreciate all of the independent guys that much more.
Okay. And I do want to hit up a few comments here, such as the 13th Assassin says the license fee argument is complete bullshit. As many toy companies have made Lara Croft toys and not charged the price of 3 toys for one. The licensing fee is
But that's
definitely
it's
the
different.
big thing I keep hearing from people.
Yeah, but
You know,
you're right. It doesn't justify this price point in particular,
right.
but the licensing fee can be significant, and the company has to take that into account. And
Yes.
but here's the deal: Disney has one of the highest licensing fees that there is. So Marvel Legends and Star Wars, they have different ones, but they're pricing their figures roughly the same price. GI Joe Classified doesn't have a licensing fee, so they should not be as high as a Marvel Legends or a Black Series. But they kept it those prices because they said, well, people will pay it. Well, again, GI Joe should always be different than everything else that Hasbro has, because they own it outright. It's always profit for them. And so they should go into it knowing that, hey, we can charge less for this and we'll entice more people to buy these things,
Right.
and more people will come into the brand and spend more money because, people want an army build or whatever. And then you become the
Well,
hero.
and you know as well as I do, and this also does mean something to me, is it has that official GI Joe label. It has that official mark, official product, and that carries a lot of weight. Whereas some people could say, "Hey, I made my own Lara Croft Tomb Raider figure," and that's cool, right? Like
Yeah, oh
I've
yeah,
seen some
love them.
great stuff out there,
Yeah, love
but
them.
it's not this one,
Yeah,
right? And so I hear that all the time, and I fully understand it because it does matter to me. Also, I am one of those people. Um, but um, but
yeah.
the licensing one, I'd be curious to know what maybe that fee amount, was.
No,
Just
okay. You're 2 things. Eric, yes, it is a metallic foil card. That's what I said. It's a foil retro card. That's why it's deluxe and all that stuff. 13 Assassin. I was not talking about Laura Croft. I was talking about Marvel and Star Wars and Disney owning
Oh
those,
yeah, yeah,
and the
yeah,
license,
yeah.
and saying
Right.
that Disney's licensing fee is higher than any other company's in existence. DC doesn't charge as much as the Disney licensing fee. Crystal Dynamics would never do that either. But there's also there's more than one license holder for Tomb Raider, so I'll say that too.
Yes, because the product has kind of switched around and changed, and who's developed, and then and I can imagine it's probably not as complicated as the Friday the 13th or the Jason
Yeah,
licensing, but I know where you're coming from. I did want to highlight this really quickly. Justin Booth, 89.
what's
Good
up?
evening, everyone. We've dealing with a power outage here in North
Mm,
Carolina. thankfully, I have my mobile internet on my phone, so I can be here. And of course, man, hey,
Hey, thanks
really
for hanging out.
appreciate it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and whatever, obviously that you have to, and I get you dealing with. No worries, man. But yeah, hopefully not too freaking hot,
Yeah.
especially at least at night. But yeah, and,
Man,
and
we
really
just got our air
appreciate you
fixed.
hanging out as much as you can. That's great, man. And hopefully everything we get fixed for you guys.
A week after we got our air fixed, our air conditioner broke again. So it's
Are
all
you
fixed.
serious?
Literally, yeah. So it wasn't running efficiently. So we got it fixed,
Jesus.
and then literally a week exactly later, it completely went out. And so we had to
Yeah.
get a window AC unit and have everybody sleep in our bedroom and for one night, but then we got it fixed the next day. So it's good.
So I saw War Chest and Todd having a little back and forth about Mondo, and then it was
Yeah.
kind of a little bit of a mix up. But what is the deal with Mondo? Quickly before I hit up a few other comments, is Mondo
So
kind of getting a bad name here? Like, give me the skinny on this shit?
So Mondo is kind of hit or miss. Like they do some amazing stuff, and then they do some stuff that is kind of terrible. But remind me who owns Mondo again? Do you guys know who owns Mondo?
I'll tell you who doesn't know this guy right here.
Yeah.
Who owns Mondo? I'll look in the chat really quickly and just see
Do you
if
guys do you
anybody.
guys know? Yep.
Todd's is Funko.
Yep. That's right.
Really,
Yep.
Stanley right there too.
Yep. So that gives you a hint as to
Okay,
what's going
I
on at
get
Mondo.
it.
So their bosses are Funko.
Wow.
And so Funko kind of directs them a little bit, but they have some amazing designers on Mondo, and they do incredible stuff. And then sometimes stuff slips through the cracks and isn't as good, and they are super high priced. And you can only have so many 12-inch figures, but now they're making 1/12, a lot of 1/12 stuff. And again, I've been hearing mixed reviews on those products as well.
Okay. I saw the back and forth. I've also seen a couple other things here and there and like comments and stuff, and so that's why I'm like, okay, well you lay the information for me, and then that way I'll understand. And of course, like I said, you guys always know way more than I do, but now that makes some sense then, and that
Yeah.
gives some context. Yes, Warchest says I have massive hate for Mondo. I've sold off almost my whole collection, which is probably quite a bit at this point. And that new flocked Pantor, is that Pantor or
Panther. Yeah.
Yes, I figured that was the case. Really makes me mad. I've not seen that, but always willing to take a look and see. And then regarding Laura Croft, um, as Eric says, I'm not a fan, but the figure does look cool. 3-star draw
Yeah.
says there's so many more video game fans that are rabid about their favorite properties.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Then there are Joe fans who will be in to buy these, even if
And
there are a lot of them.
I know
makes
a
sense.
lot of classified
Mhm.
haters that are going to go in and get this figure. It doesn't matter the price because it's Lara
Right.
Croft, not Laura. Lara.
Yeah, and HK said, yeah. HK says, look, I want it, so I got it. That was kind of me. But it's getting out of hand pricing wise. Barely comes with more than what Alpine came with. I think I get what they were trying to do. Maybe recognize the older games, although the pistols really do nothing for me.
Yeah.
It would be cool if they were special. And then as far as the climbing gear, that is from the newer games, which have been mixed received. The bow, right? I get it totally. I know you like that. The
I think it's
climbing
cool,
gear
but-
I could probably do without. That's not necessary for me.
Yeah.
The bow, the pistols, head sculpt, and hands, and I would be a-okay if that's where we cut it off.
I want to see it, but I would love to have them fix the torso articulation and neck articulation. But the heads look good, the ponytails look nice. I mean,
Right.
she comes with some decent stuff, so it's all right. But again, you're right. There's a bunch of stuff in there that I'm like, you don't need all that.
No, Mr. Wonderful, how the hell are you, man?
What's up?
Yeah, it's and look, a lot of people feel this way, and after a few years of price hikes and you know, I say figure controversies, but you know what I'm saying. Just all
Yeah.
the stuff that we talk about. That's how a lot of people feel, Scott. Right? Is they kind of feel like they can do what they want, and as Todd C says, they can take out all the accessories except the dual pistols and leave it as a $27.99. I think honestly, a lot of
Just
people would be fine with that as
pistols and
well.
backpack.
And,
Yeah.
I mean,
Pistols,
seriously,
backpack,
like
heads
we
and
said
hands.
earlier, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I do. So I don't know if you agree with this comment because I've heard this before. Scott saying treating GI Joe like the redheaded stepchild is bullshit. The IP has saved their ass more than once, and they still refuse to give it the backing it deserves. I don't know if I
Yep.
necessarily agree with that, but I know where he's coming from.
No, yeah, absolutely. I totally get it. But at the same time, um, this is a corporation and corporations work a certain way. And honestly, I feel like Classified had somebody who loved the brand and who tried to do some stuff with it, tried to do what he could do. Fighting a lot of the pushback, he wasn't the top dog, right? Everybody thinks Lenny was the top dog, but he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't the top dog on the GI Joe brand.
Right.
I mean, pretty close, but at the same time, he still had superiors that
Yeah,
pushed
you have
back on him.
bosses. Yeah, you have bosses.
But if you look at the problems we have with Black Series, the problems we have with Marvel Legends, they're the same problems we're having with GI Joe. It's like it's so frustrating when you have something done right and then you don't go back and use that same thing and improve upon it. It's like they can't make the perfect Spider-Man because they keep reusing old parts and forgetting that they have new parts that were even better. So why not just use the new ones
Yeah.
and get your money's worth out of the new molds before they get stale? I mean, we had Bucky Cap for 12 years. We still have Bucky Cap, but now we've got Sunfire. Sunfire's getting old, and then we have all these bodies, bucks that they've been using that are like they don't fit a lot of the characters anymore. So Hasbro's in it to make money, and they're going to reuse everything they have until there's nothing left of it.
Well, and that's what companies do. And
Yeah.
this is what happened years ago. I mean, when we were kids, right? I mean, it is what it is. Like it's I don't know. Sometimes we act surprised by this stuff. I know we maybe are more vocal about it and we're more aware of it than obviously when we were children and maybe even collectors into our teens or 20s, as some people have continued or have always. We're more aware of it, more vocal about it. We have the platform, a word I find goofy, but I get it, to express those concerns than just our friends or our comic shop, right, or
Yeah.
whatever. And so, yeah, but this is a tale as old as time, right? Like it really is.
Same old.
And I want to move through a couple of these quickly. 13th Assassin, I get it. 30 years
Yep.
ago when I was in my 20s, I might have wanted a Laura Croft because you know why. And no, Todd, I know you guys weren't necessarily having a back and forth as far as on opposite ends, as War Chest is a forever friend. I will agree with you there. And with the Viper Island stuff, that was absolutely fantastic.
Now, I wonder who's going to be the first person to make a custom upper torso for the Laura Croft figure to be more video game accurate.
Well, if they do, I know there's a group of guys that are follically challenged who evidently are not fans of those kind of customs. Okay, that's what I saw with my own eyes. Don't anybody making those big boobied figures, you better watch yourself, mister. Evidently, because that's a no-no. That's a no-no.
But you know what? What's Dark Angus, the Operation Monster Force female buck that they got out there right now?
Which one?
The Operation Monster Force female figure that they did
yeah.
that they showed off with the big bustier.
Yes.
I mean, those are pretty big, and you didn't say nothing about her.
Yeah, well, because people pick and choose. Come on. Yeah. It's selective outrage, Matthew. We know how it goes. 610. Yo, Joe Daddy, what's going on? Lick that like button. This is just got home from the Gadsden Collector Con preview night. Had a blast back in the morning. Hell yes. Awesome. Nolan is here. What's up, Nolan? Hey,
what's going on?
You? And I know you guys are talking about the Evangelion or however you pronounce it. Yeah, I tried to dig into that. I told my son about it. It created a conversation that was very awkward, and he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm not seeing it." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm not gonna sit there and tell him, hey, you're wrong. I don't know enough about it, to be honest with you."
People are going to see what they want to see, but if you look at
Absolutely.
if you look at the creator and you see some of the
Yeah,
relationships that happen there, there's a lot of strange things.
Totally get it, and but yeah, nonetheless, it was Eric Thurman. Dawn Marino has a fantastic cooking rack, a great spice rack. She does. It's fantastic. I can't wait for the Armada figure.
That's why she's over there in my kitchen. Up
That
there.
one, exactly. Making you a sandwich right now. Oh,
I swapped her out for some Red Sonia bare feet, right?
barefoot pregnant girl. And as Yojo Daddy says, only spent $58. Got a Skeletron Wolf Trooper, 2 Transformers Studio 86 figures, which I do like,
Nice.
a Giraffe Battle Beast, and a G.I. Joe European Missions comic. Great deals, and for that, I am happy for you. Absolutely.
No Red Shadows Assault Trooper, because man, those things are hot. Those things are awesome.
Red Shadows.
Assault
Red Shadows, Matthew.
Yeah.
Okay, so really quickly, let me scroll down again a little bit of the Jada's line. This is
the stuff that Jada showed, from their Invincible to their Cyberpunk to their Mega Man to their Scooby Doo, all of it looks amazing.
Yep.
If you like the Invincible show, what Jada's putting out there is really impressive. If you're into that Cyberpunk show, they have 3 more figures from season 1, and then they're going to be working on season 2 stuff.
So speaking of Astro Boy, as Nolan says, here you go. There's a good look here.
This is one of the one-offs. So Jada says, hey, sometimes we get an IP just to make one figure. And so we're going to do some one-offs. Cool. And so their 2 one-offs are Astro Boy and Strider from the second video game. Now, Strider is one of my favorites, and if they did the first one, I'd be super happy. The second one is a little too anime for me, and maybe that's what people want. Maybe people prefer that one, but I remember playing the first one, and I loved it. And so the character's special to me, too. Astro Boy, not as much, but I mean, man, he looks like Mega Man, so I don't think that one was too hard for them.
Right. For sure. Yeah, I mean, it's cool, man. It
looks good. It looks good.
It not necessarily my bag, but they do look fantastic, and it seems like everybody is pretty happy about. I mean, that
Omni Man is going to be amazing.
Yeah, and actually,
I love the M. Bison figure that they made for Street Fighter, and that's kind of like the beginning template for how they made Omni-Man. So they're using similar processes, and I think that looks awesome. Dino, I mean, their Fruity Pebbles line is going to include Dino next year.
Nice.
So they're expanding. So if it was
Cyberpunk,
if it was put into a post-serial Flintstones cereal commercial or cereal box, they have the ability to make those. So it's not like a full Hanna-Barbera license. It's like this post-cereal license.
And
so
it's
interesting.
Down below there with the Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, you got your Scooby-Doo.
Yep. The Scooby-Doo stuff looks really good. There's one picture in particular that I found tonight that shows, I found it yesterday actually, but it has Shaggy holding Scooby in that pose, so Scooby's all hugging Shaggy and Shaggy's hugging him in fear. Looks amazing. I think 3-Star is going to like that one too.
I mean, they do look cool. I mean, what they've got. And
go back to that one with the 2
Friday reveals.
That one, yeah. Okay.
All right.
So
what we got?
I believe that they've shown that because Trag or whatever, they showed him because apparently somebody caught a photo and circled it and started putting it all over the internet saying, hey, this guy's hiding in the background, they're going to show him soon. And so June just pulled him out of the case and brought him up today.
I
Uh,
think I saw that picture, that post going around. I'm
yeah.
almost positive I did see it.
Yep.
So here's a little bit more close up.
There's this Strider.
Strider and man,
Ryu
I
Haibusha.
absolutely love Strider.
Mm-hmm.
And really quickly too, I wanted to let's see here. Yeah, I highlighted a second ago. Already got the Assault Trooper Matthew falling down the Skeletron
Okay.
rabbit
Yeah.
hole. As
No.
610
Good
says,
stuff. It's
and
good
his
stuff.
13th assassin says the Skeletron figures also look better than anything Classified is making. So bing bang bongo. There you go.
I mean, they
Get
are
you some.
more solid figures. Yeah, I mean they're awesome, and they're Marauder Gunrunners designs for those 6-inch and 4-inch figures. So
And his war chest says, "Look, I'm in a group, and I have seen a mock-up of the Jetsons car. Pretty sweet.
nice.
Yeah. Because we see tons of Scooby Doo, plenty of Fred Flintstone. Let's get a little Jetsons action going on, kids.
Yeah.
Here's some more of the
Yeah.
Invincible.
I get it, Eric. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Adam Eve, and then they've got Adam Smasher. Adam Smasher looks amazing. He's going to be like their deluxe version in that wave. So he's going to be a separate release at a higher price point.
Is that
yeah,
the? That's the one.
And so everybody's freaking out about that. And then he
Right.
just brought it out of the case and showed everybody. So they're always looking for that. See who notices.
Sure. I mean, it's the fun part about doing the hidden imagery and all that stuff. Now, McFarlane panel shots. A lot of this panel is already announced release, so tried to weed these out as this person was trying to give us these 7-inch ultra articulated deluxe action figures. That's a mouthful.
Is that McFarlane or is that Mattel?
This is McFarlane.
Okay.
Somehow was kind of mixed in with the Jada stuff. How that came about, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm just scrolling down there, Pat. Just gonna look at these here quickly and then kind of move on.
So if that is McFarlane,
What's up, Tony?
then they have to be in stores before the end of the year.
Okay.
Well, okay, I say that, but they may still have the Superpowers line. I don't know because that's a different scale than what Mattel may be doing. I don't know. I don't know the specificity of the licenses, but I do know that Mattel has it right now, and they're going to continue to have it. McFarlane has it to the end of the year. After the license expires, they can no longer distribute or sell, and they may have to take back anything that's still out there. I don't know, depending on how the agreement went down. So I know Todd is cranking right now to get as much out as possible.
So the one thing I noticed as you kind of flip through these images, the one thing I noticed is the right here is the only at GameStop Harley Quinn.
Yeah. So
right?
so they've got they've got to get those exclusives out there.
Right. Look pretty cool though. Look pretty cool. 7-inch figures. So scale wise, quite go with your 6-inch Joes, but of course I don't know how anybody would really mix and match these figures, but anyway, just figured kind of scroll through these for a second, just show those off.
I thought that Doomsday was already out. It looks very similar to one that's out right now.
This one here,
and one that has been out. So I don't.
Okay.
I think he might be reissuing some stuff too, just to get more stuff out there, product to anybody who missed it. Whatever.
Stanley's asking if McFarlane will have enough time to produce clay face movie figs. I don't know.
So I
really.
doubt that they would get the license for movie figs. It would be interesting, but I if I were making that movie, I would be going with Mattel because I know that Mattel could sell them after the first of the year, so that it would continue through and they could make more, and not just drop them at the time of the movie. Which, I don't know. It depends on when stuff went into production. It depends on if they think there'd actually be a market for it. I doubt that Todd would be approached with movie license for that movie because each one of the movies will be a different license because you have likeness rights and everything else that goes along with it.
Yeah. And I haven't really heard or read anything about that, to be honest with you. I mean, really,
well,
I haven't seen anything about it when it comes to toys to support the movie.
That movie didn't have a large budget, so I doubt that they would be out there
small budget.
courting
Yeah.
toys for that one just yet.
Right.
It'll, if it becomes really popular, then it'll be an after the fact thing that won't come out for 2 years or whatever. So that'll be Mattel anyway. So
Yeah. That's here's the Omni Man, right? With
no, that's
oh wait, no, this is Thrag.
Trag.
Thrag.
Yeah,
General, yeah.
yeah.
There we go. The costume, the colors actually threw me off.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
red and white. Yeah,
yeah,
of course, and that's why Omni Man wears red and white is because
yeah.
that's the boss man's
Yeah, it
colors.
totally threw me off. I'm just like looking at a glance. I'm like, oh. And Warchest says, also, I would like to say that Chosen Prime has the best packaging I've ever gotten from a toy store. They really go above and beyond.
Nice.
I've never gotten anything from them, but I would say that anybody that gives a shit about the product or whatever they're selling and
Yeah,
wants to get it to you in one piece would hopefully
makes
give
a difference.
damn about how they package it up, right?
Yep.
Okay, so there's a little bit of that stuff. How about we take a look at the Joe classified panel?
Hey, Eric, we're gonna try and get to that later tonight. We'll talk about it.
Let's see. Yes, we actually are. No, we're not going to try because we're going to actually hit some trailers up here in just a few minutes, for sure.
But yeah, for Jade, I'm excited about all their stuff. Scooby Doo,
Yeah.
obviously the most.
And that cape definitely looked wired.
Yeah, absolutely.
General Frag, yeah.
They're not making anything that's soft goods like a cape and not having it wired at Jada.
Yeah, no, I would imagine not. I mean, just for playability, period. I mean, that just to me would be an absolute disaster. Okay, so from Toy Habits here, I just kind of just went here. Panel reveals information, right? So each picture, I do hate the fact that we have the ads. They just, I wish I could get whatever this is at the bottom. If I could get rid of this, I would. Okay, so obviously we've talked about this figure here, the Laura Croft. And let's go ahead and move our way down. Psych Out, Night Force. Did anybody dive in? Everything I saw was like sold out. I don't care about
fast.
this figure.
Yeah.
I know it's because it's an exclusive. It was going to go fast. There's just nothing about this guy that gives me any kind of vibes at all.
Well, I mean, if you're looking to complete your roster of characters, I mean, he's a character that you need. Don't know if you need the Night Force version or not, but I think the Night Force version has a better color palette than the standard one does. But that's me.
Yeah, and just and I know we've seen some really great images. I'm just kind of want to scroll through this. I think you guys have probably all seen so much of this.
I thought that was interesting. You keep it the same number, you give it a new box, and you just throw it back out there. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people that were really upset that they couldn't get Range Vipers when they came out. So I'm glad to see them do this, and I think it'll do fairly well because the Range Viper seems to be a fairly popular figure.
Absolutely. And it's funny because as 610 says, pre-ordered Night Force Psych Out and Range Viper is because you're right. A lot of people missed out on the Range Viper.
Yeah.
I am glad to see that because I think it's a demand thing. I had text 3-star the other night. I think it might have been after or right before our stream, and I was just like, "Is this a demand thing?" Right? And he's like, "Yeah, I mean, pretty much."
Yeah, I was slightly confused because I clicked on a link and it took me to Walmart and it showed me the Range Viper for $27.99 or whatever, and I'm like, "Wait, what? This is old. Why is this coming out on SDCC? What?" I didn't catch it until later.
Okay.
There's that's what that is. Okay.
Right. It doesn't surprise me though. I mean, it doesn't surprise me at all. And I think obviously maybe that's a sign of things to come with certain figures. Now, do I think they're gonna do another retro carded Snake Eyes Commando version? No. And it's so funny that I missed out on that one. I had it in my cart, and I can't remember what happened, and I just didn't complete the process. And now if I want it, it's going to cost me $150, whatever the hell it is. I do hate that because I do like that figure.
Yeah.
and still would want that figure even now. But do I see that happening with that figure on the retro card? No, I do not. So I think they're going to do it with some. I don't think they're going to do it with all.
If you want the
Um,
polar bear one, I got one of those. It's the same buck.
yeah, right. And then we have the Falcon. I do like this Falcon. I
Yeah,
do
I
like
think it
this
looks
color.
good.
Yep, I think it
I
looks pretty damn good.
seen a couple people complaining that they still didn't get stuff right with him, but everybody's gonna complain about something. I think he looks
Absolutely.
pretty good.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with this. A couple more images, and again, like I said, I didn't feel like sifting through to dig up any, just to save and go through all that. This is pretty loosey goosey kind of stream tonight, but I did want to at least highlight it. I do like these colors. I'm okay with this figure, and I probably will get this Falcon. And I do have some comments highlighted here, y'all, so I'll go over those here in a couple minutes. Then we're going to get our Valkyrie in the classic with the red Cobra sigil.
Hey, and if you didn't get enough of the 2 packs that were on clearance for forever,
Then
you can grab another one that
there
has
you
one solid
go.
paint palette, because I took my Valkyries and all of those tan parts I dropped in Rit dye, and so now they're brown or blackish, so they're a lot darker.
Okay.
So it actually, they look pretty good on the figure. So
I mean, for those that want this Valkyrie and this
and if you want it to
style,
match
here you go.
the retro carded troopers too, because those retro carded troopers are pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like these figures too. Do I think this figure is going to be hard to get? No. I mean,
You know what I've been seeing at my Targets lately?
what's that?
They have restocked retro carded bats and retro carded green shirts. So every
I
store that
have,
I've been
yes.
to has two, at least two of each of them, and so do the WalMarts. So they have
Yep.
restocked or replenished those. And of course, retro carded Cobra Commander is everywhere. So nobody should be complaining about not getting a chrome face Cobra Commander, because he's all over the place right now.
Yeah. But definitely, I agree with you. I've seen the bats. I've seen the green shirts, for sure, restocked, hanging up. They're not really going anywhere.
Nope.
Troop builders, but yeah,
Yeah.
they're still hanging. And Tony's figs, yeah, that Sunbow Lieutenant Falcon. I like that look, man. I think it's clean, as HK Viper says. It's a clean looking Falcon. I dig it.
Yeah.
Me too. And as Eric stated a minute ago in 13 Assassin, this is kind of his response. Yes, the pre-order thing at this point, depending on the figure, right? If it's not an exclusive, they are pretty easy to get at this point, right? There's not much of a scramble. And then you do see a lot of them possibly on sale. I'm not one of those people that waits on the Ross sale. I don't go to Ross. Really, usually I'm extremely disappointed when I do go. So, for me, it's
and
not
honestly,
worth it.
by the time I find something at Ross, it's always like, well, I already got it. So,
Yeah, no, well, exactly. I've already got it. So,
if I
for me,
if I wanted it, I was
I
gonna
agree.
get it. Right.
And yeah, Nolan. I mean, the Walmart Canada. I have no idea what you guys really do get up there, other than hearing Crow talk
So
about it occasionally.
yeah, they got a bunch of firsts up there for a while, and everybody's like, "Hey, where's those coming from?" They're coming from Canada. So everybody was super excited about Canada getting everything.
Yeah, well, good for them. Shit, I mean, again, I don't know that current state of how that works. I know they don't have Target up there, so
I just think it's funny, because back in the early days, I remember that I did sell two Baronesses with the bike, the Target exclusive one. I sold
yeah.
two of those, and they both went to Canada. And then, I don't know, a year later, all of their stores were flooded with them. They were everywhere. It was like the profit director Destro in Australia.
Oh, wow.
You couldn't get rid of them.
Yeah, they're Walgreens, CVS, your gas station even. Yeah, I can see that. As Warchest says, Flash looks badass. Tony's Figs agrees.
Yeah.
Eric Thurman agrees. yeah, it's
We've
and
been waiting a while for this Flash, and he's a good figure. So
yeah,
let's get him out there.
no, I'm with you, man. I do. Let's see here. Let me
Hey,
check a couple things real quick.
you're getting a 3-star complaint on
I
your.
guess it's difficult because when I started using, and you guys let me know, I don't want to be too loud on you guys. You guys let me know if this does get too loud. Using these new earbuds, it's really difficult for me to get a good idea of what my mic sounds like
I
sometimes. So
to
thanks,
me
Tony, for at least letting me know.
to me you sound great coming through what I'm hearing. So I
Yeah.
don't know, but I know how that's way different than what the audience hears. But
And Cypher 63 didn't like Falcons web gear, but
it
evidently,
bunches up.
yeah, evidently though, it seems to be everybody's pretty pleased with this particular figure right here with Flash.
Yep.
It's just a cool look, right? I mean, very
Yeah.
memorable from that OG.
I mean,
Um,
I'm super stoked about that. I mean, you know, I didn't notice it until just recently, but I've been seeing people complain about that the Zap figure, and I'm like, I don't
yeah,
get. I didn't look into it, but I'm like, well, what's wrong with the Zap? I mean,
honestly, I'm with
I
you.
like the
I
figure
don't
a
have a
lot.
problem with Zap either. I think he looks good. I think
Yeah,
I guess people sometimes look at does he look Hispanic enough
I,
or whatever, right?
yeah,
And I'm like I think he looks great. Flash came out looking great, as 3 Star says. Looks like he was worth the wait. Watch his legs and torso be loose as fuck. Well, and as Eric Thurman says, just needed to come with a broken crotch and thumbs to be nostalgic accurate. Don't we all? Right? Don't we all? So
I
many.
mean,
I know
he should
my
have been like,
Flint.
hey, now, did you have any of yours break off their fingers instead of their thumb? Did you
Yes,
have?
I did have some that had the 4 fingers go.
So
Yes.
I will tell you, my 1982 rock and roll had that happen to him.
Okay.
So I think it was more common with the very first run of the figures because I
Okay.
didn't see it too much after that. It was always the thumbs that broke. But there was something
Interesting.
they had thicker hands in the beginning. I think they didn't have the refined molding, and so over time, if you're sticking guns in there or whatever, just that's what broke because the thumb was so solidly attached to the rest of it.
Interesting. Interesting. I know I had some that had, and also let me know if I'm coming out both sides of your speakers now, guys. I was recording my
In
son playing the.
stereo.
I know. And I clicked stereo audio, which means it should be in stereo, but for some reason it works the opposite. I don't know. I was recording my son playing the drums a few nights ago, and I was trying to dial the sound in, and I changed some of my settings. So let me know if it's coming out both sides of your speakers. I'm getting so much information from the chat. Thank you, chat. You guys are fantastic. Uh, yeah, 3 Star stalkers that way. Eric says Zap is boring. Yeah, I mean, look, he's not the most. He's got the most stuff. I mean, he is what he is, but I think keeping to that,
Yeah,
they did just fine. And I'm okay with that,
yeah.
so, yeah, I don't know. Tony Figs, he looks like Tony and Eric Thurman live kind of close to each other. And, ladies and gentlemen, may very well be coming to blows. We'll keep you updated in the next few days if there is, in fact, a MMA match between Tony's Figs and Cooking with Eric 101. And Eric, no spatulas allowed. Okay, no
Spatula
spatulas allowed.
City,
That's
Spatula
correct.
City, Spatula
Uh,
City.
let's see. Let's see. I just turned you up over here on my end. Well, thanks, Tony. You've been listening to me all low, and you're like, man, he sounds kind of low. Dee.
Yeah, but he said I
That's-
sounded perfect. So,
you
I mean,
did sound. You always sound perfect. Okay, here we go.
even when
New.
roboting.
Yeah. Exactly. I love that sound. Okay, Button Junkyard Marauders.
You
These
know
do
what?
nothing for me. They
So,
do
so
nothing. I'm so sorry.
I gotta
They
say,
don't.
I really like. I know you don't. I really like the Marauders color palette. I think it's
Yeah.
really kind of interesting. But honestly, I only have in classified one Marauders figure, and that was Slaughter. None of the others I got in Marauders color palettes. So I'm not gonna get this one either. But
Okay. By the way, 610 Yojo Daddy, I did like at the panel where you had the Cobra Commanders and you had the hooded, and I think that was fun, and I am glad that they did that. I thought that
Yeah.
that was kind of a little bit of a, let's do this, and just kind of have fun with it. And I'm glad they did it. I thought it was
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Well, I
So
mean, you see how they're getting more into the cosplay, all of the, they brought Jem out to come sing with Cold Slither this time. I was
right.
expecting that Transformers band to come out. I didn't see any footage of that. Maybe that's Saturday. I don't know. But there's
Yeah.
a band that dresses up as Transformers and plays
I have.
Cybertronian
Yeah.
music.
Yep. I've seen
So
videos of those
I
guys for
think
sure.
they're supposed to be there too, but I'm not sure.
It's fun.
What's it called?
No, I was saying that,
Oh,
that's fun. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's
yeah.
just fun. It's cool. I dig that. Some people look
And
at
then
it
you
and like,
had,
oh,
did
it's
you
fucking cheese.
you saw
Whatever.
when
Go fuck
Sergeant
yourself.
Slaughter came out to scare off Cold Slither and everybody?
Yes, yes. And I did like the fact that Sarge was not drunk as shit at the panel. He
Are you
actually
sure?
was
Okay.
he sounded pretty coherent to
Okay.
me.
Okay.
And look, they had some kind things to say about him. Of course they would. But he also had some nice things to say, things he's
Oh
been
yeah.
saying for 40 years. But they inducted him into their human Hall of Fame. I thought it was very odd in a way, but I'm like, that's cool.
Whatever.
And the uniform of Sarge they showed off, guess what uniform it was, Matthew?
The one we don't have in classified?
It was the mail away. It's the mail order that they can't seem to provide for us. And it literally was that uniform as his induction picture
Yeah.
up on their board. And I'm like, wow, isn't that interesting?
So
The
I
uniform they
totally.
won't give us.
I mean, do you have Triple T stuff up here?
It's probably,
Okay.
I mean, I'm
So
going to
there we go.
scroll past the
Um,
snake armor. I don't give a fuck about that.
Snake Archer. It looks cool. If you
Yeah,
want it,
whatever.
it's awesome.
Oh, shit.
So
Yeah, fine.
I do not, and I can't find anybody who does understand why they went with this job for Slaughter. They had two other versions that they could have chosen to go with this, and if they had picked the Warthog version, I think
Yeah.
people would have been happy with the Warthog version if they couldn't do the USA version. But I mean, why not pick one of those two instead of this whatever Night Force Slaughter, whatever. I mean, if you're doing that color palette, why don't you just like put grease paint on his face or something? But somebody, I think Jeremy Kimberlin or somebody mentioned, and next up is the Night Force Triple T with Night Force Outback. So you're going to have to get Night Force Outback by buying a Triple T to go with them just to get the Night Force Outback, which is the one Night Force figure that everybody wanted because everybody agrees that Night Force Outback is the best Outback. I'm just
I mean, look, I like it, but I'm not going to go that far.
Yeah, I am definitely not going that far for it. Sorry.
Yeah, no, by no means am I going that far. Okay, so and the Transformer band is going to be in Kansas City. That's cool. That'd be fun to go see, man. I
Nice.
love those like retro bands. There was one here called the Rubik's Cube, and they dress up as different characters from the '80s, and they're good, fun '80s cover band that looks like different characters and shit. So this 3-pack, Cobra
Nope.
Snow Serpent, Steel Core Trooper, hey. They literally said during the panel, we can't, give you a snow thing and then just leave you hanging with like one thing. We got to give you a few other things. And so obviously the Arctic Hiss, and then you're getting this 3-pack.
I think the Arctic Night Viper looks amazing, but
yeah.
Sorry.
He's kind of like one of Santa's elves. No, I don't know. It's
Does he have
obviously people are going to want
on him?
Yeah, maybe. I think people are going to be wanting this obviously for the fact that they need a enemy winter Arctic force of some kind, right? And it's troop builders, which a lot of people are all about. I know
you know what they have to do. All they have to do to help us create that.
The Sassa says, "Fuck, this is dumb."
Yeah, all they have to do is throw out a accessory pack of parkas, and we can throw them on whatever figure we want, and they'll look just like the cartoon.
Sure.
And
mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah. I mean, this just, I don't know. For me, I'm kind of ho-hum. It doesn't really matter to me on this, but I do
3-star. I'm
understand.
100% with you.
Yeah, I mean, as you just stated, I mean, I think
Yeah.
that's about the only thing you really do like. But and again, like I said, I know these images are from the screen, right? So they're not the most, bright images. Close out, please. Thank God. Jesus. Uh, so all these pre-orders are like July 28th. You've
Oh,
got
so no,
August
next week.
12th.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
got August 26th,
Yep.
right? I mean, these are spread
August
out.
10th.
Yeah.
August 10th is when the SECT exclusives will go up on Pulse.
Okay. So then name only reveals. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, a figure that I've been waiting for. Hardball was one of my favorite
And did
figures
you
as a
hear?
kid.
He comes with a baseball bat.
I heard that, and I heard them mention something about in that scale, and I was just like,
We don't have baseball bats in that scale. Wait a minute.
wow.
I've got a Power figure and I've got the
Okay.
Tracksuit Mafia, and they came with baseball bats. And
Yeah, it just was, I don't know. It was just one of them things, man. Like, I heard that. I was kind of like,
well, I
okay.
mean, okay. So what they're doing is they're trying to get you to buy the McFarlane starting lineup figures that are out now, because they have football, baseball.
Shit.
They've got football, baseball, basketball, and now we've got Big Lob, we've got Red Dog, and now we're gonna get Hardball.
Yeah.
So we've got football, baseball, basketball, right?
Right. I mean, and I heard him say that, and as Eric says, Woody's gonna go nuts. 3-star says he should come with a bat. We got a basketball, football, so why not? Well, he why would he not come with a bat? That seems like such a that's stupid.
Well, so everybody wanted him to come with baseballs first. Everybody said baseballs before they said
Baseball
baseball bat.
grenades would be
Yeah.
cool, right?
So
Baseball grenades would be
he
fun.
he can bunt some grenades at people.
I mean, whatever, right?
Every time they come at him, he just bunts them back.
Okay. Devils do shipwreck.
Okay,
3-star
so
and I had a stream on Wednesday, and we gave out kind of our little like wish list, just having fun with it. This was one that he was hoping would come down the pipe. Obviously, the October Guard was something I was hoping would come down the pipe. So, what about this figure, man? What do you think?
they said specifically it was the Dollar General shipwreck, and so there are two color palettes for the Dollar General shipwreck.
Okay.
Yes, you could say it's loosely related on the Devil's Due Navy SEAL version of shipwreck. You'd have to do a little more customization of that one, because you'd have to put a vest on him, and that's what I did with my version of the Dollar General shipwreck. It's an awesome shipwreck, and I'm excited that people get a more tactical shipwreck that isn't the sailor hat version, because
Right.
I know people are interested in that, and I know a lot of people are not that interested in brainwashed with gray hair shipwreck.
Yeah. No, I like this version. I like this
Yeah,
color scheme.
it's cool.
And so it's gonna look good. They'll
Yeah,
do a great job with it. I have no doubt about it. And then look, October Guard.
we knew it was coming. It was the worst kept secret in all of classified. Everyone saw when Zanya came out that we were going to get Dinah. Dinah was coming,
Yeah.
and here she is, and we knew it.
And I like this version. I wouldn't mind having the pink with the big boots and the Shanka hat or whatever the hell right, or whatever it is. I mean, just for fun.
Well,
but I'll take what I can get.
Well, see, some people are more sophisticated and know more about the comics than the cartoons.
Oh, sure. Well, that was
No,
the comics was my first exposure to them for sure. Episode
I don't even
issue number
associate-
7.
I don't even associate that one with the Babushka and the pink outfit as Dinah.
No, I get it. I totally get it. But again, like issue number 7 definitely was kind of my first
So,
real
Darren,
introduction.
they said specifically that version of Shipwreck is not coming with Polly. His parrot is not
Right.
going to be Polly.
Right.
So that bird's going to have a different name.
Yeah, that I remember listening to that during the stream. And I thought that was pretty interesting.
And if you want a a bird like that carries a plate carrier, you can always go to Operation Recall and order the Rotello and Homer action figures in the 3 3/4 O-ring scale, because his homing pigeon's got the armored vest on. So there you go.
Uh, who? Okay, Flatline, a new Dreadnought character. So they're adding new characters, as we have seen.
And
They're adding
everybody's
new
described
characters.
this as a sledgehammer on one side and a defibrillator on the other, so you can
I
hit him in the
heard,
head
yes,
and
right.
shock him or something.
Yeah, I heard about that. The defibrillator helmet
We'll
or
see.
hammer rather.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. So we'll see. And then you have your Heat Viper, which whatever. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm sure it'll look fine.
You know what? If you want to finish your Viper collection, you got to have a Heat Viper. Unfortunately, BMAC was saying, and this giant laser gun, and I go, Heat Viper is not a laser gun. It is a high explosive. It's basically an anti-tank rocket launcher. And now, granted, the picture always shows it like that, but you could easily throw this over his shoulder and do it the other way, right? And depending on how you have the backpack set up, you can do it either way. But whatever.
Yeah. Look, sometimes when they do those streams, sometimes when they do that, whatever, and you're talking, maybe you're nervous, maybe not. I thought that was a weird comment too, about the laser gun or whatever, and I'm like,
clearly he doesn't know what HEAT stands for, but
Well, yeah, no. Now, is Flatline based on Tony's figs?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
It depends on how much Lenny likes Tony. I'm just saying,
definitely.
it's a 100% Lenny design.
And
Everybody gave credit to Lenny. So this figure is either going to be awesome and people are going to love it, or people are going to hate it and they're going to blame Lenny for it. So
from what I heard, Lenny's not too fond of Tony. Just what I heard.
Shh, don't tell Tony.
I would never. Everybody keep that between us. Okay? Just that stays right here between us. That's just what I heard. It's a little secret. You guys keep it right here. So then we have our Snake Eyes and Jinx Ninja Force 2-pack.
And Chris McLeod was saying that this is a version of Jinx we've never seen before.
Yeah, sure, I bet it is.
Whatever. And whatever. And so I could think of a couple designs that they could go with. I don't understand why you would have to do a different version or different design for a Ninja Force ninja who's already a ninja outfit.
Okay.
Now Ninja Force Snake Eyes, it's Ninja Force Snake Eyes, that's fine, but they're doing that before BDSM Snake Eyes? Come on.
Well, also, I am curious because I assume they'll make a Ninja Force Storm Shadow to replace the jankified Arctic Storm Shadow
I don't
figure.
know.
That was really rough. I don't know. I just assumed that they'd
know.
want to replace that figure with a better quality figure. Maybe not.
Since they've already done that design, I don't know that they want to revisit that same design again. Because
I can see that.
Maybe they'll use parts of it, but it would be too close to that one. I don't know. Maybe that'd be interesting.
I'm just curious, just because of the QC on it and everything. That's the only reason why. I'm just wondering if maybe
those lower legs are
update
terrible on that figure. Plus the floppy torso.
Well, mine's not out of the box. I can tell you that. So I don't know.
Mine is. I played to the heck with mine because that was the first Storm Shadow we had in line, and he didn't properly scale with the line, if you ask me.
Oh, okay.
So the head was slightly too big, and there was a whole bunch of things wrong with that one. But I still liked it because it was Ninja Force
And
Storm Shadow.
you probably had him in the bathtub with you, and that's why his legs are all loose and shit.
It's got all that soap scum on it now. Yeah.
I would open up my Darth Vader case and pull out my Walrus Man, because he was in the bathtub with me as a kid, and that motherfucker, man, you could sit there and hold his head, and he just fucking flops around. It's fucking terrible. Okay, let's see here. Nolan says, have they done Ice Vipers? Not that I'm aware of.
No, nobody's that creative. They can't figure that one out yet.
And then
they'll get to it.
This is curious, because Stanley says the heat viper, the hose is plugged into his left ear, or at least the left side of the mask is quite interesting on this.
Yeah.
Photo.
So if you watch that, the whole left side of his face is actually closed off as like a blast shield. So
Right.
This is one of the first action figures that actually, was forward thinking about how they use these big, powerful weapons that are oversized for them. Because the right side had the visual portion, and then it's cybernetically linked with.
You can see the optic,
the gun.
like the
Yeah.
optic down there, right?
Yeah.
It's just such a wild, and whatever. It is goofy though. I have to
Well,
admit.
if you think about it, then it's putting sensory input into the left eye. That's not in the right eye.
Sure.
So the right eye has real vision. The left eye has sight vision for where you're aiming this thing, so that you can be sure to hit precise points, armor points on the tanks that you're trying to take out.
Yeah. Which, I know was important to me anyway. I always tried to hit those precise points on tanks whenever I could.
Or tacos, whatever.
Or tacos, yes, especially those with lettuce. Okay.
Not the cyclosporine lettuce though.
What are you talking about? I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I mean that's the wrong side of town.
I was wondering why I was trapped in the bathroom for 2 hours. Tony Spence says, Lenny would always walk by me and say, have you found those cameras in your house yet? That is for an entirely different reason. And maybe that was Lenny's twin brother, Minnie. Maybe. That was Lenny's twin brother.
His twin brother's name is George. Lenny and George. I mean, come on now. Let's get this
George,
straight.
George, and I love him, and I pet him, and I love
squeeze him. Call him George. Yeah, Tony, I mean, clearly he is a fan, because they had to have all those cameras looking at your customs, seeing how they could make their figures better based off of your customs. So
Bingo.
hello. I mean, Lenny's clearly giving you that line anyway. Maybe he's just a little sweet on you, and you.
Hey, clap them shakes. Yes.
13 Assassin got it before I said it.
I know, it's down there. Also says exactly what we need, another Snake Eyes. Yeah, look, man, like
there's always going to be another Snake Eyes. Get over it, people. Yeah,
I get it.
There will always be a Snake Eyes in the line.
So I found it curious during this reveal with the Thunder Machine, ladies and gentlemen, you also will get your very own adult-sized human hand.
Look at that!
Actually,
Yeah.
That is an accessory.
I thought that was a monkey's paw.
No. It's a human hand, so that you can put it on top of the Thunder
Machine.
Machine.
It's supposed to be a monkey's paw, so we can wish for more GI Joes.
Oh wow! I'm almost sure it was so you could recreate the commercials.
Oh yeah.
And so then you could have you could take your hand, hold the human hand, which is then holding the Thunder Machine, and you can push it around. And so it's like supposed to be very
zip
accurate.
cord. Come on, get a zip cord. I want to zip it and let it run down the road. Come on.
I'd be cool with that actually.
Was that David Speck?
It is that doo-doo lettuce. Was that David Speck or David Spade for that matter? I don't know.
So, what do you think of this MTO Thunder Machine without Thrasher that's apparently somewhat modular?
I don't even know. All I have is this to go by. It's not. And somebody said, was it Scott Warchest said earlier? Was curious they didn't show us the. Was it the front of it? Is what he said?
No. So
I can't remember what he mentioned in the comment
so what everybody that I've seen talk about this, not everybody, but there's several people out there talking about this, and they're like, tag and run Rudat and stuff like that and said, hey, really, please, before this goes to production, fix that front end. I know this is a digital render and all that stuff, but please fix that front end. And people are pissed that it doesn't look like a Trans Am. Well, they can't make it look like a Trans Am today. I'm sorry, they'd have to get a license to do that.
Yeah, so that is part of it, right? Is that like you do have to
But a lot of people are pissed about that front end.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know until I get a better look, right? Until I get a better look.
Well,
I
this
can't
is also a
really
render.
say-
There's a couple better
Yes,
pictures
right,
of
right.
what they've shown out there that's better than the screen capture from a screen capture
Okay.
that we have here. But at the same time, this is still in not pre-production, but I mean, it's finishing up the production idea of what they want. So I don't know that there's any time to change this before it actually comes out, but maybe there is. And I don't know if they would. I don't know if they listen to us, but it would be nice if they paid attention enough to tweak a couple of things.
Well, as Stanley says here about Spec being the front row with Travis Moody, the one thing I do know evidently is that as soon as the panel was opened up for questions, I heard Travis Moody stepped on two children and broke the arm of another child just to be the first one to ask the first question, and also asked
And
to be the first person to review the Triple T tank.
And he also booed. He booed and mooed before he asked his question.
Mooed and booed and literally trampled human beings. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. You heard it here first. I'm sorry to tell you that. I hate to tell you that, but sometimes people get a little bit out of control with their toys and their questions.
I mean, he was banned from all future Hasbro events, and so I'm surprised they let him in the panel this year.
I got to be honest with you. On a serious side, I got to be honest with you. Like, that's not being banned from Hasbro events as a grown man is not exactly a reputation that I would want to live down.
I mean, we all know that he was banned from Walmart. So he got banned from Walmart for pestering the people too much. And now he gets banned from the press events at Hasbro because he booed Emily, and Emily just tore him a new one.
And I do remember that. And look, actually, I like Travis, actually, and I do find Travis very funny. His brand of humor
He's funny. He is funny.
Does actually strike a chord with me, but I am one of those kind of
yeah.
assholes.
Sure.
But I do actually like Travis. But
Emily
it was
there?
funny. He was the first one up there. I mean, just right on it, right?
Wasn't Emily there?
No,
Wasn't she wearing the black female trooper outfit in between the two Cobra Commanders?
Okay.
Because that looks like Ozempic Emily, if you ask me.
Okay. The voice
sounded like Emily.
100%. We have not seen her in a while.
We have not seen her in a while.
But I will say this.
And she was starting Ozempic last time we saw her.
I honestly thought that, Matthew. And I was like, could that? Would that be Emily? I don't know, and I can't confirm that because I haven't heard anybody say that. I did want to recognize really quickly Angie23 jumping in here. Angie, we are actually getting ready to jump right into some trailers. So if you hang with us for just a couple minutes, we're definitely going to jump into to some trailer action for sure. I do like your Ghostbusters in New York City kind of what if with Spider-Man. I think Ghostbusters with anybody would be quite interesting. But
there's some great Ghostbuster crossovers in the IDW comic books.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I see him on the shelf sometimes. But we are going to take a look at Clayface trailer here in just a couple minutes. We're not far from it at all. So hang with us, Angie, but I do appreciate it for sure. Yeah, so you're talking about Emily, and yes, the voice was spot on.
It sounded just like I
agree.
couldn't get out of my head. I'm like,
I agree.
That's Emily.
Yeah.
And I don't think other people caught it because I also don't think that people know that she did go on Ozempic a while ago, and that will dramatically change how she looks, and so she could hide at the convention if she was in costume like that the whole time, and that would be amazing to me. I would appreciate her so much more, not that I don't already, because I appreciate her more than some people do, because she was actually really trying when she was up on GI Joe to learn about stuff, and she was just the young marketing person that they put on that brand, right?
Yeah,
And
no, I get it.
some of the decisions she made were really good, and I know Lenny has said since he left that some of them weren't very good, but that's a marketing person. You got to throw stuff out there and see what happens.
um, it was interesting hearing though the voice and honestly thinking like, man, that damn sure sounds like her. It doesn't look like her, but it sounds like her.
Well,
But
she's
I
wearing
could
the
all
mask and a helmet. How can you
yes.
really tell?
Well, really.
Okay, and that's why I mentioned the Ozempic
Hey,
stuff.
come on, man.
That's why I mentioned the Ozempic stuff because
Yes.
this was the last time I saw her live on an event. She had lost a lot of weight.
That's what I'm saying, right? So
Yeah,
yes, in that respect, like yeah, 100%. We definitely could that could be the case, and for her,
yeah,
that's great. I mean, that's good for her if that's where she wants to be. Then absolutely, if she's doing it the healthy, like
yeah.
correct way, and
Right,
that
right.
we don't know that. So,
Yeah, but anyway,
but
Darren's got a great comment there. Um, because she knows her reputation and she's on so many brands, she doesn't want to get hounded with stuff that she can't answer, which is what always happens,
right,
or be a target for all of those fucking shitheads that are out there just to attack her. Because
yeah,
that's what happens whenever she goes to a convention or whenever she's online. People come at her, and even if it's not at the actual event, it's post event. They come after her,
well,
and
it's all the
it's
time.
not
Come on,
worth it's
it's
not
all the
worth the
time.
hassle. If you and being a marketing person doesn't mean you have to be the person out front. It's
Right.
just you're working on stuff behind the scenes, and she's on so many brands right now. I don't know. I just to me it sounded just like her, and so that was the first thought that went through my head. And I'm glad to hear it wasn't just me who thought that.
No, no, no. It's but nonetheless, okay. I heard the voice and I was like, wait, who? I swear that's her, but I can't. I don't know that that's her, right?
No,
But not,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So, but it's pretty funny.
yeah.
Okay. Stu for lunch. How the hell are you, man? Good to see
My
you.
my interactions with Emily have been great, and she chatted with me about the light and sound his tank because she was trying to get a bunch of mini his tanks for all of the staff because they worked on the his tank that year. That's what she wanted to do for Christmas presents for everybody who worked on the GI Joe brand. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, that one in particular was way out of stock and way overpriced. But the Jada one was coming out or was out um, at that time, and so I pointed her in that direction. But I mean, I've had good conversations with her. So
That's cool. That's cool. I have had zero. 100% zero. All right. So let's take a look at Clayface. What do you say?
Clayface. Let's take a look at Clayface.
All right. A little trailer action. Want to get a little toy news out of the way. Just
Hey,
having
how
some
many of
fun
you all
tonight.
have seen this trailer already? Have you seen this Clayface trailer?
I would
Anybody in the chat?
assume I would assume that a few people have, but maybe a
Maybe.
few people haven't. I don't know. Let's take a look, and I'll try to dial the sound in, and let's roll with it, baby.
Show me. Show me.
Yeah. So DC logo, yay! Talking over music. Talking over
Yeah, I
music.
know. That's the only thing. I hate the fact that we get the music.
Yeah.
Uh, the story is keeping with, for the most part, the different versions that you've gotten about him being a movie star,
Well,
celebrity.
they've all revolved around him being associated with acting and theater or movie,
Correct.
right? And so the Matt Haig personality is the most popular version of Clayface that's out there. It's not the first version, but it is the most popular version
Right.
because of Batman the animated series and such. And you're right; they're taking different versions of it because this is the attack that happens that scars him, and he's an actor who depends on his face, and so he
Yep.
needs treatment. So they're hitting all the right points with this.
Yeah. Let's kind of see what the rest holds for us. What's up, Lunchbox Killer?
I'd like to volunteer for human trials.
This isn't cosmetic surgery.
Even if it kills me, I'll be better off than I am now.
So they must have really fucked him up because
Well,
his face looks
so
fucked up.
I don't understand this because he's
Ain't that
already looking.
weird?
He's already looking like he has a melting face,
Right.
when it should be just scars.
Right, just
before this
scarred
whole
up.
process.
Right, unless
So-
he's had maybe he tried to have a plastic surgery and it didn't go well, or
Sure.
you know, right? That
Yep.
could be part of it. We
Yep.
don't know, right?
So the first thing I got to say, never hire the backstreet DEI doctor to give you medically unapproved injections. I'm just saying.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew
Sorry.
it. It's like going to like Ethiopia for a Brazilian butt lift. Is that what we're talking about? Oh. Let me go back to that for just a second. So this is going to be a body horror,
Yep.
you know, body horror movie for sure. Let me see if I can pause this. Okay. Yeah, creepy, right?
I think that this movie has potential because it's coming out around before Halloween.
Right.
It's low budget.
I agree with you.
And if you market this as a body horror film and just focus on that aspect of it,
I wonder.
I think it could do quite well for what its budget is.
I wonder if this was a different script for something else. And then, you know, because these screenplays go through Hollywood for years. And I wonder if it fell into the lap of James Gunn and it was like, oh, this is a Clayface origin story, right? Like, I could see that.
Most of the shit's repurposed scripts, right?
100%. Right. 100%.
No idea what side effects you'll have or how to treat them.
That shit is nasty, though. I do love this scene, though, in the airplane where he pulls the scissors out. That's what dude, this is what my eyeball felt like today when I was leaving to drive home. It
Hey,
was
man,
like
you know, they have this
my
stuff.
contact was
It's called
so
Claritin
dry.
D. You know,
I know. My contact was so dry. I swear to God, this is what it felt like. I was like, oh my God, I'm ready to rip this thing out. And I had nothing to put in it. I was like basically one-eyed.
Yeah, and if you've had myasthenia gravis or ptosis, you've gone through this. So.
Sure.
What's happening to
Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's go back to that.
Look at it. Look at that. Look at that. You know what? I mean, I'm loving this. I just
13th. I saw your comment earlier, by the way.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm loving this, but there's no Batman in this universe.
Okay, see, that's the one thing is that I just worry and talked about this the other night is with no Batman, is this the Sony Spider-Verse with no Spider-Man? And how do you do these movies without your main person that everyone is expecting to see? And Clayface is not exactly the Joker. He's not the Riddler.
No, he's not a top tier for
Right.
the most part,
Even,
right?
and look, people will
love
argue.
him.
They'll
I love
argue
him.
with you on that. Though, what are you talking about, Clayface? But I think as a standalone movie, cool.
He's not Joker, Penguin,
What's happened to
Mr.
me?
Freeze, right?
Correct.
You're
Correct.
harboring feelings of anger. You need to let them go.
I do like
Wanna
the
know how I
story.
feel?
Yeah.
You know, I like the story of someone who, you know, got their career robbed from them and then is really
Well, but,
angry
okay, did
because
you
of.
listen to the stuff that they were just talking about right there? Go
Look at that
rewind that a
nasty
bit.
shit. Yeah.
Rewind that a bit because we need to hear some of the stuff that he's talking about here because this may change people's perspective.
All right.
The people I trusted betrayed me. The justice system failed me. They stole my career, my money, my life. I'm a monster.
Yeah. No, you know, I mean,
What do you
I
think?
think this looks awesome. It's not going to be for everybody.
No.
my biggest problems are there's no Batman.
There's no Batman.
This
Now, are
is-
we going to see a newspaper or a
I have
television,
no idea who you are.
news story as somebody's walking by a television and it says something about the Batman? There's a
Well, it
paper
can't
laying
say
on
the
the
Batman.
table.
It can't say the Batman.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying. I'm not
Yeah.
saying whatever specific fucking Batman. I'm just saying referencing Batman,
Yeah.
period, and letting
So-
you know he is in this universe, so to speak, but you don't
This-
see him.
This in no way fits into anything that James Gunn has touched. And this looks like it fits into the Batman. It does not look like it fits into James Gunn's universe. So this is fascinating to me that this is a movie that's coming out, not a TV. I thought this was supposed to be a TV series initially, a mini series. And it was going to be like The Penguin or whatever. And I'm like, honestly, the only thing that has been successful in the DC universe has been the Batman, the Penguin,
Right.
and this looks so good that it could fit into that universe seamlessly.
Well, and as 3 Star says here, how many times did Batman show up in that Penguin series we all like so much, though? He existed somewhere, but maybe he doesn't here, too. Yes, I agree.
Well, no,
but-
you're right, but no, because James Gunn has said, and we all know he lies, but this movie takes place before everything else in the Gunn universe, and there is no Batman. Batman isn't here yet.
Right.
And
These
so,
are the origins, the villains. So, like,
but
this is
if we
pre,
understand
I
the
guess.
Batman universe, he should be being made at this point, right? So he's a child who's lost his parents and is coming to a teenage adult time frame where he's
Right.
having to find himself across the globe or whatever. That's where Bruce Wayne should be in this universe for him to actually encounter Matt Hagen as Clayface in the future at any time.
Yeah.
But I would love to see this woven into the Batman, because we all know James Gunn's universe is over. Man of Tomorrow is the last movie that he's ever going to make for that company. And
I agree.
we will see how that does, because Superman takes the back seat in that movie as well. So Superman's never had a prominent role in any of the movies that he's been in. So
I just, again, I've said it before, I just think it's weird to kind of not start off with your main characters. I can see maybe saying, hey, we're going to take a different approach. But I just don't know if that approach works with most people. But if you're a fan, if you're a big fan, you're a fan of the world and all that stuff, then, like, obviously that would work for you.
yeah.
But most people, they need the main stars of the show.
Sure, absolutely. I think this has potential to be the most successful James Gunn universe movie, in the fact that between production budget and what it could make at the
Yeah,
box
sure.
office, I think it has the highest potential to make the most success out of any of the things that have been greenlit or in production and are considered the Gunn universe.
Right.
Because
and-
we know it sure wasn't Superman or Supergirl.
No, and again, it just by the trailer looks far more interesting.
Far
than
more interesting.
Supergirl ever did.
I mean, there's
And-
actual character development. There's plot, there's suspense, there's story.
Right.
There's things actually happening where Supergirl's just, whatever.
Yeah. So let's go to something that's coming out on Thanksgiving, folks. Let's take a look at the Johnny Depp vehicle, called-
Yes.
Ebenezer. It's good to be back. That was on purpose.
Mr. Scrooge.
I say to you, sir, Merry Humbug! Merry Christmas! Humbug! And a Happy New Year! Humbug!
Merry Christmas.
I mean, this is like very poignant that that they would lead off with like I'm back or whatever the hell.
Oh
right?
yeah. So Johnny Depp and Tim Burton make such an incredible pairing. You throw in some Danny Elfman music,
Yeah.
and you've got something magical that happens there. And this looks like it's something magical. I love the Christmas Story. I love Mickey Mouse's version. I love
Whatever version.
Ryan
Most
Reynolds,
all of them I've ever seen.
Ryan Reynolds' version, Will Ferrell's version, right? I mean,
Right.
I love just about every version of it that I have seen. And I'm, Scrooged with Michael Keaton, so we get Batman. So why not get a pirate from the seven seas, from the Caribbean, in there to do this? Johnny Depp looks like he had fun doing this. Tim Burton, I like his aesthetic in a lot of ways, and telling a story like this in that time frame suits him perfectly. No, this is a holiday movie that I want to see in December, right? I know it comes out Thanksgiving, so it's Christmas time. So sure, yes, anywhere in that time frame is perfect. Bill Murray, yeah, no, that one was awesome. I love Scrooged.
Let's see. Hang on. What in the living shit is this?
I have
Good
really gotten to like,
God.
what is it? Is it Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell, their version? Was that who it was of the story? I thought I really liked that, where Will Ferrell played his Jiminy Cricket, his guide, his ghost guide, who turned out to be actually Ebenezer, just redeemed, and his redemption was to do this, and they do it every year, and they try to redeem another soul. That whole process, that story was funny, it was engaging, and a couple of the songs that they had in there were just hilarious. It was a lot of fun.
So this was posted that Johnny Depp was at San Diego Comic-Con, and he came outside and appeared as Ebenezer Scrooge to people outside, and this is at the Comic-Con. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, very staged. I think there were people in different Johnny Depp costumes around if they do pan around, but he came outside and kind of did this whole little thing or whatever, and he loves doing that kind of shit.
Oh man, what he's done with Captain Jack in costume, just sneaking up behind people, and people don't even realize it's him until way after the fact.
Yes.
Him coming out in costume and makeup like this, I love it. I love that he's that engaged. I love that he loves the audience and the stardom for it. It saddens me that he has this black mark on his record for some crazy person doing all that stuff to him.
Hey man, if you followed that trial like
case,
I did,
you
found out just how fucking crazy Amber Heard was.
Well, and that there's no case there.
Yeah. And look, don't get me wrong, because he also,
he's got his temper, he's got his issues, but she abused the shit out of him.
Yeah,
literally, she crapped on his bed.
Yeah, she definitely and basically, ruined her career. I mean that's it.
She tanked her own career,
absolutely,
and trying to torpedo his, and it did torpedo his for a while, but he's back making movies. Where's she?
Well,
nobody will touch her.
Exactly. And let's see here.
Iron Man 3. What does that have to do with anything that we're talking about? I don't get it.
What is it?
Iron Man 3. What did I miss?
I don't know. Maybe that's one of Eric's favorite.
Christmas movie, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. I got it now. I got it. But the Ebenezer
Yeah,
thing,
Christmas movie.
probably
Gotcha.
probably fun. Probably fun movie.
It looks good.
He probably having fun with the role.
I love that
Uh,
that pairing, so I'm excited about it because Tim Burton and Johnny Depp are an amazing pair.
right. So how about Zach Kreger? Zach Kreger, if you guys saw Weapons, and you
Oh, yeah.
liked Weapons, which I did. I went to the
Yeah,
theater to
Weapons was
see
good.
Weapons. I thought it was a fun movie. I thought it was goofy, but also in the right spots, in the right ways.
Yeah.
So Zach Kreger is a big fan of the Resident Evil video games.
Okay. Yes. I
And
heard about this. I haven't actually watched the trailer
okay,
yet, but I've heard
all
discussion
right.
about it.
So he is a huge fan of the Resident Evil video games. However, he, if I'm not mistaken, uh, either hasn't seen the terrible Resident Evil movies that, for the most part, we've been given, or is not a fan of them. I'm pretty sure maybe
What's
he
wrong
hasn't
with
seen.
those movies? You don't like Angelina? What's her name?
Exactly. Thank you very much. And that's all I need to know about that. Mila Jovovich.
Mila Jovovich. I love Mila from The Fifth Element, my
I
favorite
do
movie,
too.
because my wife worked on it, and we love that movie.
Okay, right. However, doesn't mean that we like the Resident Evil movies. However, also,
The first one was good.
it was fine.
Come on, the first one was good. It wasn't the video game, but it was good on its own right, and they made a whole series off of that. And
How
most
about
of them are entertaining.
let's see this, Matthew. Let me get
All right,
for
we at?
your enjoyment. Let's see here.
Dazed and Confused. Yeah, was she Dazed? and Confused? I
Dazed
forgot about
and
that.
Confused,
Trading Places.
ladies and
Trading
gentlemen.
Places is a great Christmas movie too. I do like that one.
All right, here we go.
Is it just
This
me?
is-
I'm not hearing pop. What are we doing?
You're not hearing me?
I don't hear anything.
Well, I haven't played
What's
it
going
yet.
on?
What are you talking
Me or
about?
him?
What?
Am I out? Am I moving? I'm
Oh,
moving.
I can hear you just fine.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear anything?
Shit. Somebody in the chat. Can somebody in the chat?
Chat,
You hear
please
both of us.
tell
Okay,
us.
I can't hear pop at all.
Okay, you tell me, because Nolan says I hear both of you. I hear both. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Here, I will cancel out the share, and I will reshare the screen.
I can't hear you.
Still, dude, I don't know. The chat can hear both of us. Can you? Are you?
What the heck's
Are
going
you?
on?
Are you manually plugged in? Here, I'm gonna type in the chat. Are you manually plugged in, Matthew? Yeah, I was gonna say, bounce out and bounce back in. We'll find out. There we go. This is probably gonna do it. How about now? How about now?
Nope. I still can't hear him.
What?
I did log out and I logged back in. I can't
This is
hear him.
fascinating, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the chat's got us both. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Other than hello my honey, hello my baby, hello my ragtime gal. Yeah, I don't know how to I don't know how to cure this. It's a Friday night. Matthew's had a lot of bourbon. The hearing it goes. Yeah, so then you get older, right? Yeah, I don't know, Eric. Yeah, go figure. But nonetheless, I was gonna play this Resident Evil trailer. As HK says, I hear both of you loud and clear, baby. Yeah, we might need to bring her in to interpret. The problem is that I don't know that Matthew would be able to understand it. That's the question. And as 610 Yojo Daddy says, if it's StreamYard, we have problems hearing and echoing. Dave, Dookie, and I couldn't figure out at all. Saw another lot of people having problems. Occasionally, StreamYard does do some really funky bullshit. That's for sure.
Uh,
Oh, there you go. How about now? You got me? You don't got me. You you heard me earlier. This is wild. Ladies and gentlemen, it's riveting television. And I want to be the first to introduce you to our new way of streaming where I've pretty much silenced Matthew forever. And I know some of you will be
Okay.
happy about that, and some of you will not be.
I have no idea what the hell happened, but I can hear you now.
Beautiful.
Oh god.
Oh my
What the
God,
heck
that's
was
awesome.
that?
I was singing I was doing a little into Spaceballs, man. Hello,
I heard
my
that.
honey.
I heard
Oh,
that.
you heard it all.
I
Oh,
have
beautiful.
not have that much bourbon tonight.
What'd you think about
I don't even drink bourbon.
What'd you think? What'd you think of my singing voice? All
I-
right, let's get let's watch this damn trailer. How
Okay.
about it? All right,
Yes,
here. Let
let's
me
do
go
it.
to YouTube. Let's pull it up. Share this tab instead. All right, here we go. And full screen and go.
Hey, man, I gotta be 7. Do you know where I can take this? Excuse me, I got. Oh my god. Anybody order a kidney or liver or whatever this is? Anybody? It seems like it's kind of important.
Hey, you got time for another run?
No, I'm wrapped up for the.
It's outside the zone, so it pays double.
I could do that.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with this video that screwed everything up because
Sweetheart,
I
I'm
can't
sorry,
hear the
the signal
video.
sucks here. Can you hear me?
Really?
Yeah.
Michelle, please do not go stay with freaking Katie.
Also hurts my feelings that you don't even care enough to come home and have this conversation.
Seriously, I'm working. This could be some 8-year-old boy's heart or someone's
So we can
mom's
Uber
brain.
body parts now?
So do you not hear this at all?
No, I can't hear the video at all.
Really?
I do know that this is about Ubering body parts.
Okay,
though.
so he is a driver who picks up packages. I don't know if it's strictly that he just picks up stuff from hospitals or that he is directed to pick this up from a hospital. I do have another screen that I can share the tab instead. Let me know if you hear this version.
Hey.
Can you hear that?
Hey, man, I gotta be 7. Do you know where I can take this?
Can you hear that?
I mean, I hear you, but I don't hear.
You can't hear the okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I kind of know what's going on.
Okay, so anyway, he's transporting the package. I'm guessing the chat can hear this. So anyway, he's transporting the package. He's talking to his girlfriend. His girlfriend is breaking up with him. She's mad because he's not there to talk about it in person. And as he's traveling, this is what
Runs
happens.
into a zombie.
Yes, basically.
Looks like a zombie.
Now, the crux of it is that Zach Kreger basically said, I'm a big fan of the games. You start out with a gun and then very little ammo. And he wants audiences to feel the tension of being somewhere, starting out with basically nothing, almost like survival horror.
Yeah.
And he wants to display that to the audience. He wants to give the audience that feeling. This does not have anything to do with Resident Evil,
right?
Other than he's supposed to transport this whatever's in the container to Raccoon City General Hospital. Okay, that is basically it. And of course, it is a horror movie from there. He starts out. He has maybe a crowbar, then he gets a pistol, maybe he gets a shotgun as the games go, so on and so forth. That's Zach Kreger's idea, but it does not have Leon Kennedy. It doesn't have Claire Redfield. And I think fans, this could be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, this could be fun. Comes out this September. This could totally miss its mark for the simple fact that it does not have anything to do with the games or Resident Evil at all.
Well, so that's going to be its biggest problem, is that it doesn't have anything to do with Resident Evil.
Correct.
It's zombies. It's survival horror. Okay, you know what I would have done if this was a property thing, a licensing thing? I would have called this one Biohazard.
See, I'm wondering again if this was one of those screenplays that was just making the rounds, and then you find a hot director who had a hit with weapons.
Yep.
He could turn this into a horror-ish, goofy kind of experience, comedic in a way sometimes. I just don't know if because the people that you're trying to appeal to are Resident Evil fans.
And so to confuse the American audiences, you should call this Biohazard. Because this has more to do with Biohazard
Yeah, I like
than
it.
it does Resident Evil.
Right. I like what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if tagging this with the name Resident Evil is a way to get more butts in seats.
I don't think it's going to work because people that are Resident Evil fans are going to see this and go, "What the fuck is this? Is this another scam? I'm out."
Now we do know,
because
that
of
these
the
companies
Mila
are risk
Jovovich
averse.
movies only went so far before they got terrible.
These companies are so risk averse that they have to
No
slap
new ideas.
some property that's known to people on it.
No new ideas.
Exactly. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
And
it's really a shame because I would love to know
there
the
you go.
original. I would love to know the original name of the script. Who wrote the script and what was the original title before they changed it to Resident Evil? Because that would be fascinating to me.
Yeah, and you know, who knows? I'm sure you could find that information, you know, somehow, right? And his 13th Assassin said, yeah, he stated the script was already finished, shopped it around forever until he slapped the name on it, right? And
yeah, and I get that, and maybe that was the only way he could sell it. And
this is the only part that literally I could find, you know. Now, obviously, I haven't seen the movie. But this is the only part I could find within the trailer that mentions anything about Resident Evil.
Again? Raccoon City General.
Hey, no sweat.
That's where it's going. Raccoon
City.
General.
Okay.
So,
I guess I couldn't hear it.
You know, there's your through line. I know that's right. You couldn't hear it. Yeah, it's hard to remember that, right? Like easy to forget. So yeah, like that's the through line. There's your Resident Evil. A reason why it is a Resident Evil movie. It looks fun. It doesn't look super scary. It does look kind of fun. And Weapons was in that same vein, right? It wasn't super scary. It was fun. It had horrific moments, but it was over the top in certain areas. And that gave it a bit of a goofy, almost comedic air to me when I watched it anyway.
Did you play Biohazard or Resident Evil on PlayStation 1 when it came out?
I definitely played Resident Evil on PlayStation 1 when it came out. Biohazard, I can't remember.
Well, so that would be semantics, right? Because that would be depending on if you got it early.
What version that you got.
If you play the Japanese version, it would be called Biohazard.
Right. That's kind of what I thought you were getting at when I thought I remembered about it.
Yeah, so I didn't know how much into that counterculture of video gaming that you were in if you just got the regular stuff or whatever. So it doesn't matter. The PlayStation 1 version of either Biohazard or Resident Evil was so masterfully done because they used the limitations of the system to their advantage. You don't play that game in the dark because it will scare the shit out of you. Because you're sitting there and you're going from one room to the next and you're anticipating what's going to happen in this next room. And then boom, the sound hits you, or boom, this monster hits you, or whatever. The load times are you go
through a door,
click.
Yeah, the
click,
door.
As you're making your steps through the door.
Static backgrounds, because if you move far enough on the screen, the background would change, and all of a sudden you'd have a zombie walking at you, or when the dogs jump through the windows in the hallway. I agree.
It was the most brilliant use of load time screens that was ever done in a video game because it built so much tension, and then as long as you hit the right cue when it finished loading, man, it was golden. It was the perfect experience for a horror game. And that's why this whole franchise got so popular. The second game went all action with it, but it was still so much fun.
We talk about it, though. Limitations can create
every time.
Right. It's every like you have to be creative. And so a lot of times having constraints forces you to be more creative than you would if you have everything at your disposal. I think that's an issue with modern video games right now.
Absolutely.
No one says this is just based in the same universe as Resident Evil. Maybe it'll be okay. I mean, again,
Sure.
You could have
But is
another
it going to
name
draw enough
on
crowd?
this, right? You could have another name on it. Now, I will say this. I would say that Zach Kreger's name carries a little bit of cash with it because of weapons.
Does it? Does it? How many people know Zach Kreger was associated with weapons? Unless they tell you that, because they show you, from the creator
and they
of weapons.
Will, yes.
After this movie, I hope so.
I can tell you that every time I see a game that has the original creators of the Fallout video game, the first Fallout isometric or top-down kind of thing, it is always brought up from the creators of the original Fallout, from the creators. They do it all the time. And as long as you remind people, hey, you liked weapons, didn't you? Well, you know the guy who did weapons? Oh, that's this guy. Oh, okay, that's who that is.
No, and I totally get that. And that is definitely a marketing strategy. But this guy doesn't know who it is, who he is. And I loved weapons. But honestly, I almost always look at the credits and monitor the credit stuff. I didn't care. I liked weapons for what it was, and I never figured out who the director was. I didn't even think about it. But now I will. But I mean, now it's in my head because he's made another movie and they're advertising it that way. And so now it's in my head. So I'm gonna be looking for Robert Edgers and Zach. What's his name? Zach
Kreger. Now, Stew for Lunch, no, that is Crack Zegger from The Whitest Kids You Know. Crack Zegger, not Zach Kreger. So let's make sure that we get that correct. Okay, so the next trailer
and his middle name is Cracker.
Yes, it is Cracker Zegger. Let's watch some Acme. Wile E. Coyote. Coyote versus Acme. Can you hear this?
No.
You can't hear this either?
Nope.
What the hell?
I don't know. I could hear everything before we started that Resident Evil trailer. I don't know.
I don't get it.
What the deal is, what the sound setting is.
Nothing changed.
Nothing has changed on mine either.
Yeah,
so
nothing's changed. It's I got this up, that's up. I'm sharing it the same way. I got sharing this to StreamYard settings. Let's see real quick here. Audio, analog, Focusrite, speakers, test. Yeah, they're playing good. Reducing. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't know what's happening here. Well, nonetheless, as Stu says, Uncle Ritz Cracker Craig's, the hole drilling company. Yes.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
So, and as 13th Assassin says, the movie is such shit that it killed your audio. I have a feeling this movie's going to absolutely bomb. I'll try to, I'll bring the volume down a little bit. I'll just try to give you a little bit of a play-by-play. So, do you know what this movie's about, Matthew? Have you heard what this movie's about?
No, I heard that there was a scrapped movie that was actually pretty good, but this doesn't look like that.
There was a scrapped movie. I believe this is somewhat what was born out of it. Okay, this is Will Forte, however you want to say it, the comedian right here. And Wile E. Coyote has been unsuccessful in his attempts to thwart the Roadrunner. And so Will Forte here is a lawyer who is basically saying, have you ever opened up your backpack and a bunch of silverware and pots and pans came out? Have you ever painted a hole on the side of a mountain or whatever? And,
Did you see in Arizona? Did you see in Arizona that car ran right into a freaking wall?
Yeah, I did. and if that is in fact true, that is completely dangerous though. I could see where someone would do some shit like that. So my point being is, so what this is basically a lawsuit, and the head of Acme is, as you'll see, that guy right there.
Okay. I'm in.
And so it's basically trying to sue Acme. Will Forte is the lawyer, and of course it's the tale of like it said, the underdogs, and You know, so.
So is this set in the Who Framed Roger Rabbit universe? I mean, what's going on here?
Unfortunately, probably not, and that's
but look
kind
at
of a
it.
shame.
I mean, you've got cartoons with
yeah,
live action.
You get characters. Yeah,
I mean,
you get a lot of characters.
I mean, you've got to have Doc Brown coming in at the end with a rubber mask tearing off, right?
Yeah, I mean that would be awesome.
You know, he's got his dip where he's trying to kill the cartoon characters.
John Cena, obviously.
Oh, don't give me Tweety Bird. Fuck that guy. He's crazy. Tweety Bird's crazy. Kill him.
He is crazy as fuck.
He's evil. What he did to that damn cat. I'm in.
So now there is
I want to see this. I don't want my daughter to see it, but I want to watch this when it comes on streaming or whatever.
So I know you can't hear this, but I will play this for the audience. Okay, I know you can't hear this, but this scene is kind of funny, so I will play it for you guys.
What'd you see?
I thought.
You taught? I don't pay you to think you taught. I pay you to talk.
I did talk.
What did you teach? What did you talk?
Only in theaters on.
I know you couldn't hear it. That's too bad. I don't know what the deal is. It's kind of hard to react to a trailer when you can't fucking hear it. That's so weird. I'll back out of that tab, and maybe next time I'll try to pull up a different one. So
yeah, I don't know what that. Yeah,
so nonetheless, as Todd says, it's the same universe as Space Jam. That makes sense. John China, yes, right, is in it. No. Says I want this to be good.
That's John China.
John Cena. And then let's see, 6'10" Yo Joe Daddy. I love both just that much better. I'm wondering what that is. Oh, the Skeletron Wolf Trooper. Okay, I did not realize that.
You know what? That Assault Trooper. Can't wait to get my hands on a couple of those.
So let's see. 3-star. I want to see. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, 3-star. I'm with you. I mean, everything I saw from that was like, I want to see that. I think it's going to be dumb. I think it's going to be stupid. I think it's going to be funny. I see some potential issues with it with the judge. But other than that, I think it's going to be really good. And not to say he would diminish the movie, but he garners a certain type of humor that isn't always great. But now, that looks fun, and I want to see it.
I will tell you guys,
I like the semi live action animated Tom and Jerry movie that came out several years ago. I thought that was pretty good.
I will tell you guys that this next trailer, I mean, yeah, I don't know why you can't hear these. Like none of the settings have changed, so that's very very strange.
Like I said, I don't know if it has to do with a tab. I don't know if it has to do with a browser setting. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But if the audience could hear it, awesome.
I will play a trailer that you probably are familiar with, and maybe you guys might. September 17th. That's right. Transformers the movie is coming out in theaters. You gotta love the.
I have summoned you here for a purpose.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. You got the touch.
You got the power.
You got the power. No music though. No music, and so for that I appreciate it. At least not so far. What do you think? What do you think about going to see this at the theater first time since you were a children's? Would you go see this? You going to see this?
I mean, it would be the best Transform movie that they've ever put in the theaters, but
Right.
I have seen this movie so many times. I don't know that I would go to the theater to see it again.
Really?
I think it doesn't
I think
have
a lot of us have PTSD from when it came out as a kid.
Well,
As
that's
Nolan
fair.
says, out to traumatize a whole new generation because that's exactly what the fuck it did
Well,
back in the
I
day.
mean, what is it? Is it Hasbro? Who's doing the dead Optimus Prime action figure? Because somebody's actually produced this.
Oh yeah, War
Is
Chest probably will know
I
that,
saw
or
it. I
most of
saw
you
it.
guys would know.
What, earlier this week or last week or whatever? But somebody's making the dead Optimus Prime figure where they pull out the
Yes.
Matrix of Leadership and he's all in gray
A
on
new
a table.
chapter. Wait, what is this? Experience a new chapter. Are they adding to the movie?
Yep.
I haven't read about this. Are they adding the Return of Optimus where he's a zombie Optimus? So evidently they have done new animation. Are they going to change the canon? Is that are they changing canon and they're going to
So they aren't
Interesting.
changing canon.
Okay.
They are hinting at what happens in the later Transformers TV series when they brought him back, because they did bring him back. The Headmasters thing was a big mistake. They never should have done that, because that is psychologically more traumatizing than the death of Optimus Prime if you think about it. But
well, correct. That's what I'm saying. That's fascinating to me. Let's see. I am going to see if I can find this. Dead Optimus Prime figure, Transformers Ultimates Big Bad Toy Store is what I'm seeing here. Correct me if I'm wrong, if this is old.
I have no idea.
If this is old. But this is
if it's in stock, it's old, because it's not the.
Let's see. Mint substandard is
yeah.
out.
So it says in
so
stock.
this is an old figure. Okay, so
yeah, that's
Ultimates.
a Super 7. That's Super
so
7.
let's see if we can find the new.
There was a new one.
The new exclusive Spark. No.
I don't know what his name was. I just saw it recently that somebody was doing that, because they had the whole table, Matrix of Leadership. They did the whole thing.
Still in my package. Display for a second. Isn't Autobox Matrix of Leadership just a catalytic converter? It is, actually, and there were some homeless people trying to rip it out.
And then you got to remember to pop
Optimus.
out the baffles
Sons
in
of
the
bitches, meth
exhaust.
monkeys.
You got to pop out those baffles in the exhaust to make sure that it sounds like really rumbly as you start everything.
Okay,
up.
so
It's better than glass packs. I
will probably go see this with 3 stars. He says there's a new scene. This is September 17th. It'll be a couple weeks after my birthday. But if anybody knows what the new dead Optimus figure is, I'll look it up. But I cannot figure it out.
Yeah, no, I just saw something briefly, so I don't know, because I don't know if it was real or not. It could have been something fake that people are throwing out there to see how people responded to it.
I know there is a new Megatron figure coming out that.
No, I did see that. That sparked some hate too, didn't it?
So it says they did it reformatting Megatron and Ghost of Starscream. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I got to tell you, I just don't know. But if you guys can figure it out, I'll be glad to pull it up and take a look at it. As I'm a big fan of pulling things up and looking at them. So I don't know. Look, you said you're probably not interested.
I mean, if it's got a new scene in it, maybe. But at the same time,
I heard you loud and clear. You said, "Fuck Transformers."
I didn't
Fuck this
say
movie.
that.
This
I didn't
movie
say
sucks
that.
balls.
I did not say
anybody
any of
that watches this movie is just dumb.
No,
stupid head.
No,
doo-doo head.
If my daughter had watched the first 2 seasons of Transformers, then I would be interested in it. But I don't know that that she's going to watch that. And considering how many times I've seen it, if I can watch the ending scenes on YouTube after the fact or whatever, then I'll do that. But paying to go see it all again,
fully understand.
That's a big ask, especially when I'm going to want to go see Johnny Depp's Scrooge adaptation, and I'm gonna there's 3 or 4 movies that I want to see in December that are coming out, from Werewolf to Doomsday and Dune. You know.
Right. Okay. So War Chest is wanting to look at the new Blade Runner trailer. I don't know anything about that. I do have another trailer
So I
to look
sent
at.
something to you about that.
Hang on. Let me see here. Yojo
2099.
Daddy. 2099. Okay. All right. I'll take a look at it. I do know. Yojo Daddy kids got a scholarship for sports to a private academy. That's pretty sweet. Having to move to another city is a whole different ballgame. However, but if it's for that reason, I say that's awesome, especially for your kids, right? Yeah, that's pretty sweet, man. I did want to show you this trailer, Matthew, because I know you cannot wait, and I know our audience cannot wait. That's right, season 3 of The Rings of Power, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, those pesky Rings of Power. Damn it. Keep hitting the fucking back. I know you still can't hear it, and you're better off for it.
Okay, this pisses me off.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
The Nazgul have not been corrupted yet.
Right.
This happens a long time from now.
Yeah, shit is weird.
We are not in the same time frame for you to bring in the Witch King of Agmar and the other Nazgul, and you're already showing the Nazgul. They're there before Sauron becomes Sauron, and
right.
Oh God, that right there pisses me off.
I mean, but I know just what a big fan you are.
Yeah, sure.
Gandalf, without being able to say Gandalf.
He's the Istari, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that. That's Gandalf was anyway. And then we got the blues and stuff. They're not even talking about that.
Anyone in the chat going to watch Rings of Power Season 3?
Has anyone been watching Rings of Power at all?
I put myself through Season 1 and half of Season 2.
I saw one episode. I think I saw the very first episode and I said, fuck this shit, I'm out. Shannon said the same thing, and we never looked back.
I did my best.
What the fuck was that?
How would you like to rise with it?
Okay. Yeah, okay, you're hurt. Okay. Alright, whose cock do you want to suck next?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Rings of Power. Yeah.
11/11/26.
Let's stick it to all the Tolkien fans because Tolkien's dead and his son's dead and his grandson's a fucktard. So who the hell cares? We can do whatever what we want.
And it's a trans allegory of some kind. I don't know what. I have no idea.
I don't know about that, but I do know that they're trying to develop the relationship between Sauron and Galadriel.
Oh, sure.
And I'm like, no, Galadriel always knew who he was. Always knew who he was before anybody else did.
Yeah, no, they
would
did
have nothing
a lot
to do with
of
him.
damage. Yes.
And now you're taking Sauron and you're just gonna have him, open his cheeks up to whoever wants to stick it in him.
Hey man, clapping them cheeks, man. That's what it's the TikTok world we live in now. That's what it's all about. Okay, so Blade Runner 2099. I wish you could hear this. I don't know what to say. You have to go back and watch it.
Because I haven't seen this.
It sucks because I literally have no idea how to fix that at all.
We already fought a war.
We already fought a war. We lost. Here, put some captions on it for you.
There you go. There you go.
Replicants. They keep taking it all away. How much longer? Until we have nothing. until we are nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I can't tell. Great actor. Who's
The old world forever fights to come back. Humans want what was taken from them.
Ugh.
But as
Is that
long
the
as
void
Hiiigh-
contest?
I don't know. All right. Yeah, I don't know.
So
Whatever.
it's a TV series, and they're trying to be all edgy with it. But listen, there was
whatever.
a cybernetic
care.
revolution that happened already in 2018, according to this universe. In 2018,
Okay.
and 2049, it was still going on. What the fuck? It doesn't even make sense, because now you have a hybrid. Is it
Interesting.
a cyborg, or is it human, or is it android? What are we looking at? And now you're going another 50 years in the future, and you're trying to say it's still going on. We still can't figure this shit
Right.
out. I don't get it. I don't understand the purpose of this TV show, other than it's trying to tell the same story that has already been told, and has been told in many different formats. You have The Matrix, you've got the original Blade Runner movie, you've got the Ghost in the Shell. The Ghost in the Shell standalone complex has probably tackled this concept the best of any series ever. Bubblegum Crisis and a couple other things that have already tackled this concept, and you're just trying to shoehorn in the name Blade Runner into this post-apocalyptic cyberpunk future, because you're trying to capitalize on all the cyberpunk stuff.
I would rather watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners, the anime.
Yeah,
like that was
for
fantastic.
sure.
I just don't know. I think basically, Blade Runner. I don't know what else you really do with the property. I also feel honestly like it doesn't have. This will sound weird, but hear me out. I just don't think it has enough fans. I think that
It
that
does not.
OG movie was so long ago, at 81 ish, 81, 82. I think it's also a difficult movie for a lot of people to get through. And depending on which version they watch, whether that has narration or not, and I know what they tried to do with Ryan Gosling, but yeah, I'm not sure that it's a big enough property as some
It's
people
not.
would love for it to be.
It is the basis for so many things, but the original movie in itself was niche, and it spawned a lot
Right.
of incredible things. Ghost in the Shell, Bubblegum Crisis to be at the top of the line, and even Akira was formulated by it to some degree, right? So you have all these things that have spun off from it that have been masterpieces in their own right.
Yeah.
Most people don't give a shit about that original one. And if you look at the Voight Comp DVD sets and the 7 different versions of the movie that there are, this tells you how unpopular it was, because everybody and their brother wants to make a fucking version of this movie, right? There are 7 different versions, 8 different versions now of the movie that you can go back and watch. The original theatrical cut, the foreign theatrical cut,
yeah,
the
sure.
the
Right.
director's cut, the director's final cut, and a couple other TV versions of it. And each one of them has different elements, and each one of those elements completely changes the story. Now,
Right.
I don't agree with Ridley Scott on his thought process. Okay? and that's the point, right? An artist can create something and everybody can have their own interpretation from it and take something away from it. When the artist comes out and tells you what it is, it no longer is art, because now you have defined it as something and it is not up for interpretation. It is not up for discussion. The artist has told you what it's meant to be.
Yeah, that
and it
OG
shatters the illusion.
Yeah.
He did that with Blade Runner and he's done it with Alien. And,
Yeah,
and you
it's
can't
much
go
better.
back from that.
Yeah, it's much better. You're right. Where it's up for interpretation, you leave it up to the audience, the OG especially. But you're right. I guess whenever you have someone explain it to you or shatter that illusion, you lose that mystery, which is a large part of what fuels a lot of your fan theories and a lot of your speculation and stuff like that.
When you have to explain a joke, the joke's not funny. Okay,
right.
It's the same concept.
So you sent me something earlier I thought was pretty damn funny, and it goes to show you just how far that this crew is trying to get people to get in on the joke and have fun with this. And so
I hope this is good. I hope this is so good.
Spaceballs was doing their Spaceballs timeline. Okay, their MCU universe, their timeline of movies coming out in the Spaceballs universe, and so I was.
They got 3 phases here, folks. So
right.
Get ready.
So,
buckle up.
So phase 1 is let's see here, Spaceballs. Let's see if I can get it up a little bit. Spaceballs, the Schwartz Awakens. Spaceballs, the franchise menace in 2029 and 2030. Spaceballs, Winnebago Nights. Spaceballs 2013, Super Duper. Let's see if we can get the. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know what it says. Super Duper something there. But then.
Yeah. So, shoot. I had that.
Do you remember it at all?
I can't. It's not on my tablet. It hasn't transferred over.
Yeah, I couldn't see it.
I do actually have that.
And there might be some more images down the line here, but I didn't want to flip through them because this son of a bitch with their head in the way. It looks like a big dark helmet. But anyway, and then you have Dark Helmet Origins, a Spaceball story in phase 2. And then you have Who Knows, okay, Dark Helmet Origins 2, even younger. And then probably Dark Helmet Origins, where it all began. And then Dark Helmet Origins 3, youngest. Okay. Then 2020, this is 2033, Yogurt. We get a Yogurt movie. We get a Mog, the last.
Okay, so that green one was
Dog Standing.
So that green one in 2031, Spaceballs Super Duper Secret Wars.
Oh, okay. Super Duper Secret Wars. Very critical. Very critical.
Yes.
Marvel might take a page out of the Spaceballs book here. And then we have, let's see, 2035, Heroes Druidia, Rogue Dumbs. 2036, Spaceballs for Kids. This is all phase 3. So then you can see it here, right? You've got your phases here.
But don't forget that there is time is a flat circle. Spaceballs, the animated series, Spaceballs.
Okay, we see it right here. Yeah, time is a flat
series
circle.
Reboot.
Yes,
Spaceballs animated series live action, and Spaceballs animated series the musical.
The musical, and then what you have here, if you look at your timeline, you have your main timeline, then you have your spinoff, maybe your prequel, or is it?
Or is
you
it?
have your reboot again, and then your alternate, obviously, then your dream sequence, your nobody cares, you're probably, and then you're definitely not. And if you follow those
Yogurt, Schwartz and all.
Yeah, see, you can see there, and then you've got the music. You have
Mog, the last dog standing.
Pizza the Hut, Cheesy
Heroes
Does It.
of Druidia, the Rogue Dumb, So that was the Gina Carano one that was canceled. And Spaceballs for Kids.
I'm actually interested in Lone Star. Let's see here, Lone Star: The Twilight Years.
Oh yes.
And then Schwarzenegger, the
Spaceballs versus Spaceballs.
Yes, Vespa gets her own magical movie. Colonel Sanders, Who You Callin' Chicken movie, which I'm really excited about.
Two space, two balls.
Well, listen, folks, I had a medical procedure a few years ago, and they called it the two space, two balls procedure. So figure that out.
Pizza the Hut, cheesy does it.
I got to be honest with you. I'm liking what, and then look at this Phase 8.
Schwarzenegger, just begging for a lawsuit.
Look, Phase 8, Spaceballs, the ride, and then look, we get to Phase 9, and the VR experiences, right? You get focus groups, you got
Spaceballs,
mascots,
the board game,
video
Spaceballs,
games,
the apology,
Spaceballs, the Snyder cut,
Spaceballs, earning call number 2.
This is magic, really. Phase 10.
The musical lives. 7, 8. Yes,
Phase 11. Spaceballs Toddlers. Oh my God, I can't wait. Spaceballs Muppet Babies. Can't wait.
And so it goes. Spaceball Jetpack, Spaceballs sequel to the prequel to the sequels, Spaceballs Tokyo Drift, Space and the Balls, Spaceballs Endgame, Spaceballs After Game, Spaceballs Endgame Explained, Spaceballs on Ice, Baby Spaceballs, Old Spaceballs, Young Spaceballs.
There's so many Spaceballs, it's not even possible. Look at this. Everything you just read off, right? After Endgame, Endgame Explained, right? Spaceballs on Ice. Yeah, this is so that has been revealed actually. And then the required viewing order is actually you start with Phase 6, then you move to Phase 8 and then 3, then 11, then 2, 4, then 7, 9, 1, 5, Phase 10. But then also you do need to keep up with the individual television series that come out as well in order to fill in the blanks between the Mel blanks. Yes, the Mel blanks. So, I think it's genius, and I can't wait for all of this Spaceballs content in the coming years.
I don't know if the people in the panel died laughing as much as I am right now.
I'm sure they had a lot of fun with that. Now I also got some quick hitter news. From you. And yeah, right. Like,
I mean, this has inspired me to want to go see this movie more than anything else.
Right.
And there was an interview with the cast that I saw recently that I thought was interesting. Rick Moranis coming out to Comic-Con has been amazing. People have been loving that. So there's a lot of stuff out there that's getting me excited about this movie. And I'm like, that's awesome. I hope that it is as funny as all this stuff.
Yeah. Keep it coming, right? That's my thing. Just keep it coming. Keep making fun of shit. Who cares?
Yes.
You did send me this. We're gonna go through these slides quickly. This is a kind of like I said, a kind of a quick hitter of some upcoming projects like Fast and Furious. Peacock is developing a scripted series for the Fast and the Furious. We have Taylor Lautner, werewolf hunter. He will play himself hunting werewolves.
That
is all about.
I believe he was the guy that was on Teen Wolf, right?
No, he was in Twilight.
Oh, he was that guy. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, sorry.
He was a thing until
yeah.
Twilight ended, and then he's been a
and then he's nothing.
nothing.
Yeah. So that's why he's hunting actual werewolves. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
this is pretty goofy.
Yeah.
Let's see, Persona, which is a popular video game. I encourage people to play. They're
It's
really
great
a lot
video
of
game.
fun, and they have amazing music, amazing soundtracks in the Persona games. I actually have my PS5 or PS4 copy of Persona 5 still down here. Netflix,
always Team Jacob, Darren. Always Team Jacob.
Right. Wolfenstein or Wolfenstein for those of you whoever doesn't know. The Fallout team is directing a live action series adapting the video game that could be good, could be bad.
Man, that sounds interesting.
It does. I'm just a little worried that they will not lean into what those games are all about.
And they won't because they can't because they'll be canceled, and that's going to be why I don't want that movie to be made, but I kind of do want that movie to be made. But it's interesting.
And or at least let's see what live action series. It'll be a series.
Yeah.
These are all TV series. We did hear about this. Mass Effect was getting a video series on Amazon.
The photo that I didn't include on this because we kind of talked about it on Tuesday was the RoboCop one. That was the first one.
I have it actually saved on my Stream Deck, and I was going to bring it up next as soon as I finish this. Dungeons and Dragons: The Forgotten Realms. Netflix is developing a live action series for Dungeons and Dragons.
So the movie was great and everybody received it well. It didn't do well at the box office, but people liked that movie, and now they're going to try and play off of that, but I don't think it has a chance of being good because Netflix is making it and they're making it off a false premise. They don't understand why people liked that movie, and they're going to make this, and then it's going to be terrible, like most of the other Dungeons and Dragons movie properties have been. So I don't know.
I don't care. Far Cry FX is wanting a Far Cry series. So if you've noticed, we are getting a lot of video game adaptations. That is the new jam in Hollywood. We have John Wick, Under the High Table. A sequel series continues after Chapter 4. Then we have Prison Break. Again, if you guys watched Prison Break back in the day.
Why would you reboot this?
I have no idea. To me, this is
a weird one to reboot.
And it's a concept that can only go so far. Like, there's only so much you can do with it. The premise is extremely simple. So I don't know. We have Aragon, if you guys remember, or Eragon, for those of you that like pronouncing it that way. Disney Plus is developing a new live-action Aragon
I
series.
would hope they would do better than the movies, but I don't think that they will because, again, it's Disney Plus.
Count yourself lucky, Eric Thurman. Count yourself lucky. Twilight Midnight
Unless you're a Mormon,
Sun.
because then apparently you have to love it, but whatever.
Twilight Midnight Sun. This is just for Eric Thurman. Netflix is developing a Edward POV animated series. And
you know what's funny as hell to me right now?
Do their fapping.
Is that Robert Pattinson has distanced himself so much from Twilight. He has done some amazing acting work, and he still can't get away from Twilight. And he's trying so hard, but his biggest pushback on him playing the Batman was, is he sparkly Batman?
Well, and look, I mean, it is what broke him as an actor, and he's never going to be able to get away from that. And Twilight fans were very fanatical.
They ruined Comic-Con forever.
Right.
The Twilight fans ruined Comic-Con forever.
Scooby-Doo. Live action Netflix, now, and look at the casting here. Do you notice anything about the casting?
Yeah, the casting is interesting. No
one's swapped.
So this version, from what I've seen and what they're developing, seems to stay true to Scooby-Doo. So it's not taking the Velma vein of things.
Right.
And they're going back to what is Scooby-Doo? How can we do this? It's a teen comedy. It's, supernatural, whatever. Good night, Stu.
Where's Scooby?
Haven't seen him yet. Don't know what they're going to do with him.
I believe it is at least breed accurate from what I've understood.
Is what I have seen is they have chosen to use Great Danes, and it seems to be that it might actually be a Great Dane. So
Monopoly. Netflix has ordered a real life game show based
how the
off
fuck
of
do game shows
Monopoly.
work on Netflix? I don't understand how game shows work on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it's to fill content. You know that it is what it is.
Yeah.
Eric
I love the floor is
also
lava, but
yeah, the Batman that it says I need to see that Batman again. I thought I liked it, but people talk shit on it. That Batman is a good movie until the second part of the third act. So like the third act or the second third act, it just runs a bit too long.
The movie ends is there's a clear ending, and then they
Yes.
go through this whole other storyline.
Yes.
And it goes off on a tangent so far that you're like, this has no relation to,
And
to the rest of the movie.
it just like, you know,
So
you're sitting there
clunky.
going like, why did we do this? You know?
Yeah. So clunky.
Right. And let's see here. Also, like you said, there is a RoboCop series ordered by Amazon from Blumhouse Atomic Monster. Let's see. After a lengthy process, the Amazon development process, Amazon has greenlighted RoboCop from showrunner Peter Ocko from Blumhouse Atomic Monster. So, yeah, you're getting a RoboCop show.
I mean, that has potential to be very interesting. Now, I doubt you saw this, but I love this show, and nobody here in the audience has probably seen it, but there's a show called Almost Human, and it was a cop show with a hard-boiled cop and a synthetic, and it was Carl Urban and somebody who reminded me of Lenny Kravitz in a way. And there was a futuristic timeline. It lasted one season. It was a wonderful TV show and got canceled before anybody got to see it, really. So it never got any traction. But it was another one of those projects where Carl Urban threw himself into a project and it was really good and nobody saw it. But it was really good show. And I'm like, that fits into the RoboCop universe in my mind in a way. And then I see this coming out and I'm like, okay, you could do this Almost Human thing with this storyline and do something interesting with it. I don't know that if they go as satirical as the original movie was, if it's going to work well. The reboot RoboCop movie actually was pretty good. So if they take some stuff from that, I believe that was Joel Kinnaman who did that one. And I like Joel Kinnaman and him being RoboCop, and the story that they told with that I thought was really good. I actually want to watch that again.
Well, if we go from that, right, which you're talking about, you know, trying to capture the spirit of maybe the original, how do you do that, or do you change it up a little bit? What about what I'm about to tell you gets you really excited? That Atari has inked a deal with Universal for 10 iconic game properties because video games are all the rage and Atari's trying to get in on this jam. Evidently, they are not trying to make 10 different movies. What this looks like is they want to take 10 different game properties and make a movie incorporating Asteroids, Adventure, Berserk, Breakout, Centipede, Crystal Castles, Millipede, Missile Command, Pong, and Yar's Revenge to make a big scale action adventure fair. That is the idea. Not 10 different movies, 10 different things based on Pong or whatever, but to use all of them and make a big action adventure movie like a Ready Player One-ish adventure.
Nope.
I don't know.
Darren, if they use Pitfall, they would get sued out their ass because that's Indiana Jones. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'll tell you, either way, I think this is stupid.
This is a dumb idea.
Just for the simple fact that,
you're trying to do something that you can't do. You have to make one thing good and build off of that one thing and build off that one thing and build off that one thing to make something that comes together. That is an interesting way to do it. If you start out saying, this is what we're doing, and people aren't buying in from the beginning, you're fucked. And we've seen it from Marvel, we've seen it from DC. When Marvel started with one good movie and two good movies and three good movies and then tied them all together, it worked because each one was made well. When DC came out and did their thing and they tried to combine everything at once and do it all together, it kind of worked, but then it fizzled out because it didn't have any legs, it didn't have any depth, or didn't have anywhere to go because you kind of blew your wad at the beginning. And so there has to be a buildup, and you have to do low budget and build budgets and all this other stuff. What they're talking about and the way they want to do it, I don't see it being successful. Like, I can't.
I mean, and again, I don't know, what
yes,
you would
Adam
do,
Sandler did that movie,
right?
And that was actually entertaining. I mean, liked that
Pixels,
movie. Pixels,
but trying to incorporate all this, and again, I think it's just, I don't think you're going to see anything come about from this personally. I think this is news. Do I think?
Yeah, it's talk. It's people trying to come up with ideas, and people are starting to report on that because they got nothing else to report on.
Right.
There's nothing moving forward. There's no scripts. There's no production. They're saying, hey, we want to do this thing, and they're trying to work out how to do it. And when they get enough feedback, they're going to realize, oh, we can't. Okay, and if you're doing anything, Atari, you got to have Qbert and Pac-Man, and then you can maybe throw in some Pong. If you throw in some of those other things, Crystal Palace and some of these other things, man, those are stories on their own.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
There's enough lore there to make a movie on that one property.
I mean, maybe you can't. There's a couple in here, maybe, but Berserk, Breakout.
Look, Breakout,
Missile Command, Pong. Like,
you know how you combine these
shit
movies? You make this movie and you have this guy who meets up with an aberrant program and they break out of their games to join in other games. And oh wait, Wreck-It Ralph, we already did that. Sorry.
That's.
Done
I mean,
done.
yeah. I think some of these ideas have been done, and what else?
They really have.
Can you do with them? I don't know. And it would take a very original, very creative type of screenplay to.
Yeah, they're not willing to even listen to those things.
And I mean, listen, man. Like, look, here's the deal, Matthew. What fucking teenagers coming out to see a movie with Missile Command and Pong and exactly like you're not?
They don't know what the fuck Atari is.
You're not getting any kids, and you're not getting any millennials, and you're not getting. I mean, you're just come on, man.
They're trying to hit the Gen Xers.
It's stupid. Well, good luck. I mean, I know, I get it. Like those are the people that have the money to go to the theater, but they don't. Even,
but guess
they don't
what?
even go to the theater anymore.
But guess what? You raise Gen Xers to be the fucking nihilists of the fucking universe.
Yes.
Okay, we're not going to see shit unless you really. You wow us. You have to do something to bring us in because we are fucking jaded as anything. We have seen the analog to technical revolution that has happened. We've been a part of both worlds. We've seen the government deceive us. We've seen the media deceive us. We've seen these campaigns against people and media sources and everything else. And we don't believe shit. We don't believe anything that you tell us anymore. And so you have to work really fucking hard to get our money because our money's worth nothing these days. So yeah, no, if you're going to throw this shit out there, it's got to be worth something. You have to have a hook that's going to grab somebody, and none of these fucking kiddos know how to write a fucking hook to get us involved. Maybe some of the younger kids, they know how to get a hook for, but they're not hooking us into much these days.
No, and so you're definitely let's see, definitely
Master of the Universe is killing it on streaming. Sure, okay,
I'm sure they'll tell you
According
that.
according to
Number one
Amazon,
streaming in America.
according to Amazon, on
Right.
Amazon streaming service, Amazon says that Amazon's movie that Amazon made is number one in streaming on its own streaming service. Okay.
I mean, that's, it
Okay.
is how they do it, because you see Disney do it all the time. Number one movie in America
Now,
on streaming.
to
All
be
right.
fair, we have avoided reminding our daughter that Sheep Detectives and Masters of the Universe is on streaming because we still want
Okay.
to get through 4 more Spider-Man or 3 more Spider-Man movies before we go see the
okay.
movie next weekend. And so we still have to get through all those with my
Right.
daughter to get her built up and the hype built up for her to see that movie, Spider-Man movie, when it comes out next
That's
week.
cool.
So
And-
so we're avoiding talking about those. So we're not going to be able to stream those until after that.
And Eric Thurman is our official killing it guy, because also Spider-Man pre-sales are killing it. Actually, yes, they are. They are absolutely killing it. You are correct, sir. People do want to go see that movie, and
Of course they do. It's a Spider-Man movie.
legs.
Spider-Man
People are going to go
is-
back to see it over and over again. Compared to something like the Odyssey, I don't think people are going to go back to see that
Yeah,
over
that
and
is
over.
too much of a fucking beating for 3 hours.
Yes.
Spider-Man is the number one superhero in the world at this time.
Right.
I love Batman, but Spider-Man is kicking his ass right now because we haven't had a decent Batman thing come out in a long time. When this next Batman movie comes out with Bane, Dark Knight, I think is going to be really good. It's a 3-part thing. They've already got it planned out. I think it's going to be phenomenal. It's not for everybody. It's animated. It's really probably the only way you can tell this story. I don't know. But I don't know how much that's going to kick up Batman again. I love Batman.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man is the number one superhero in the world right now. So Spider-Man's going to kill it.
Yeah. And all the people who are
That animated show's awesome, Todd.
saying that, it's not going to be that good, well, I got news for them.
You're not going to amount to jack squat!
That's true.
In a van down by the river.
It's very
which
true.
That guy just passed away recently, the guy who wrote all those.
Oh, no, it's terrible. Just terrible. Okay. So let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. That's mostly about everything.
Mostly about everything. Can you give me about 30 seconds? I'll be right back. Hold on a second.
Yeah, you got 30 seconds, buddy. You got 30 seconds. Eric says, with the Doomsday Bomb trailer, Spider-Man would demolish everything. Absolutely. It's going to demolish Doomsday. And I'm with you. I could do it the one time because, the theater seats, the recliners. But I would not go back to see it again. And I think that's one thing that hurts that movie. Do I think people like it? I think it's, going to do good numbers. Yes. Do I think people are going to go back to see it a second time? No. Maybe if they didn't see it in IMAX and when that subsides to where they can buy like a decent ticket to IMAX, I do see some people going back to watch it in IMAX because maybe they didn't get to the first time. I didn't see it in IMAX. I'll be honest with you. I know the way they shot it. Supposedly it's like, well, 2D, regular 2D, it crops out some of the screen so you don't get all of the movie. I got to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck. I honestly don't give a fuck about seeing any more of that movie. If I'd have seen it in IMAX format and it had like another, let's say 27% of the screen that I could see, it wouldn't have made a difference for me in the enjoyment or whatever. Like, I don't think there's anything in that extra percentage that you're not seeing if you don't see it in IMAX that's going to convince you whether any more that you're going to like it. If you like it, you're going to like it. If you don't like it, you're not going to like it. There's nothing you're going to see in IMAX that's going to convince you otherwise that will support your position even more, one way or the other. It is what it is. And I know you made a comment the other night about, oh, you saw like, 3/4 of the movie. And I'm like, yeah, but there's another quarter of it on the screen in IMAX. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's on screen. It's not going to change your opinion of the movie. The Odyssey. It is what it is, like, so what if I saw another mountain range or I saw more water in the fucking distance while they're on the way? That doesn't matter to me,
So here's the thing about the IMAX thing. I kind of wanted to talk about this the other night, and whether you see it in IMAX or you see it in regular screen, Nolan wants you to see it in IMAX because I don't know why. He wants you to go to one of 25 theaters in the United States that actually shows this. So you have to drive or fly or whatever to get there. That's fucking ridiculous. Okay.
Sure.
You have to tell a story between a frame, and you have to be able to compress or expand that frame. And what information it tells you may be variable, right? But it shouldn't make a difference, because the way movie making, the way cinematography works is you use motion pictures to tell a story.
Yeah.
And then you have words to go with it. And if you can't frame that in something that everyone can see, you are a terrible filmmaker. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the point of filmmaking. You have to frame it where everyone can see it.
Well, I'm not going to say,
you have to see it in a different format to get the entire experience of the film. Then you're detracting from what the film is.
I'm not going to say that Christopher Nolan's not a good filmmaker, because of what I'm saying is that I just don't think that whatever extra percentage that you would get by seeing it in IMAX isn't going to
change.
It's not going to, either you like it or you're middle on it or you don't. And it's not going to change just because you got to see the extra part. But I do understand what you're saying about the movie and conveying the story to the audience. If that matters so much, then, why make it in a format that a lot of people can't go see it in?
Exactly.
Right. So in that respect, I understand. I think a lot of it is ego. I think a lot of it is wanting to be the first to do a movie completely in 70 millimeter IMAX completely. Yeah. And that's just the challenge of that, so to speak. And I think it's ego. Is it Oscar bait 3-star? It's not Oscar bait in the traditional sense, in my opinion. I think there is
Oscar bait. It is.
There's some.
He thinks it's Oscar bait.
Yes, but I personally don't think that there are any roles in this film that are worthy.
Yep. So
there's no performance in this movie that's worthy of an Oscar, in my opinion, and I damn sure hope they don't nominate John Leguizamo, because
no, it's going to be Elliot Page.
Fucking
They're going to nominate
himself.
Elliot Page.
He's not enough. He's not in this movie enough to be nominated for what? I mean, supporting actor. I can't. He barely has any lines. I mean, he has the little part in Hades. But overall, like, that performance is not worthy of an Oscar nomination. It's nothing. It's one note.
So you have to understand what Oscar nominations are about. Oscar nominations are about. Okay, then you know that Elliot will get nominated.
It's literally, they're going to pay whatever money they can to promote whoever it is that they want to get on that ballot.
Exactly.
And so
it's not about the actual best performance. It's not about who the audience perceived as the best movie, as the best performances. They don't fucking care about the audience.
It's never the audience. Yeah, the audience has no say whatsoever. Now, Nolan, I will tell you, I don't think most people give a fuck about the costumes. I'm just being honest.
No, they don't. No.
I don't think most people even know it.
Or the weapons or the ships that they're using all being completely wrong. They don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Except for that one sword that Odysseus wears at that one time that was actually accurate to the period of the time that was found in his hometown. Okay, so there's one sword and there's a throne. Okay, everything else is fucking anachronistic. Nobody fucking cares.
No, and I know there are people that do, and for that I
Yes.
appreciate that, because there are
Absolutely.
people that are, because Nolan has stated how he likes to be accurate. He likes to be accurate with his movies, but in this particular case, he chose to not be. He made choices that
very
are
much so
very
not
direct
be.
yeah, right. And in contradiction, whether that is the language, whether that is the casting, whether that is changing the story up, inserting certain things, he very much chose to do this in a different way, and not as accurately either. So that's the thing. It's very interesting. Even the Emily Wilson's
Emily
I guess,
Wilson hates his interpretation. So
yes, he
she-
even
she's-
chose to change what her interpretation is of the material. And then he decided to change that as well, which then which whatever, fuck her, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Bottom line
matter.
is either people are going to like it or not. It's not a bomb. It's not going to be a bomb.
No.
It it is making money. People are liking
Now,
it.
here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Does it break $1 billion?
I don't know, man. I don't think so. And if it does, in my opinion, the only reason it does is from the IMAX period. If it did not have that IMAX support, if it wasn't so heavily, you got to see it in IMAX. You got to see it. If they didn't have that ticket price, I don't think so. But if it does, it will strictly be in my opinion, because of that help.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm 100% with you. I see this movie dying after Spider-Man comes out.
I agree.
And so it's got 2 weeks, and this 2 weeks is nice because 2 weeks, $2. So I mean, as we're seeing the projections already for this second week, it's going to be a minimal drop from what it was first week. Yeah. Now, when Spider-Man comes out, Spider-Man changes everything. So the vast majority of money that the Odyssey is going to make is in this first 2 weeks. I don't know. I'm thinking 800 million, and that is still most likely a positive side of things. I don't think it's very much positive, but I still think that is in profit.
I mean, I could definitely see 800. Again, I firmly believe that a lot of that is made up of those IMAX tickets. But without that, regardless of that, I don't see $1 billion. Well, could I see 800? Yeah, but I agree with you, and I do firmly believe that when Spider-Man comes out, this movie is going to fall off a cliff. And on top of that, like I said earlier, while you were gone, people are not going back to see this movie a second time.
Nope.
It's too much to sit through.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 3 freaking hours, right? And Eric, you bring up a good point there. We talked about Rotten Tomatoes, and we talked about the studio purchasing seats in theaters to keep people out of them.
Yeah.
To create FOMO, so that bodes well for second week, does not bode well for third week. Right. So whatever percentage that was, and I don't think it was much, but I think it was enough to make people think about it.
We don't have any proof, and I have not seen people going and taking pictures and I haven't seen a lot of that.
Okay.
I'm saying I have not seen a lot, like this mass
amount
of people.
Not
you know
lot,
what I mean?
Not a lot. You're right. Yeah. there has been some, but not a lot of that. And I will say that I am sure that the studio at some of the key theaters in their area in California would do that. And that makes sense. And that just breeds FOMO. And then, like I said, second week builds up. It doesn't do anything for third week, but it keeps the drop off lower than other movies recently, so they can claim all this success with it. And then ultimately, what does it mean for the movie? Ultimately, if everybody believes the hype, then people are going to double and triple down on this idea that they can run with the same old that they've been doing for the last 10 years, that has been tanking the studios, because they're going to be reinvigorated to jump all in on these concepts that
That's the
they're
worry.
trying to do.
Yeah.
That is the worry, and it will further kill the film industry if they take the wrong message, which they always do. The
Well, they
studios
learn the wrong
always take the
lessons.
wrong
All
lessons
yeah,
from
of
these things
course.
every time.
Well, and yeah, if it's hailed as a victory, then a lot of people are definitely going to say that, see, it didn't matter that uh, you know uh, Ellen Page is in this movie. It didn't matter that Lupita Nyong'o is in this movie. It didn't matter that you know whomever, right? That there are no Greeks. That
Yep.
you're and so
Everyone's
that's
Greek. Everyone's
right,
Greek.
right. What's
I'm
interesting
Greek.
is that
With my blonde hair, my Finnish genes, I'm Greek.
any time that you want, it's okay when they would want to change any Eurocentric
Yeah.
culture, and it's okay to say no, but that's everybody's culture. But you're not allowed to go in and change, these minority
Right.
cultures for right. So, but
Yep.
it's okay to do the opposite, right? It's always that way. But
Always that
it's
way.
so
Eric, they didn't buy Rotten Tomatoes. They always owned Rotten Tomatoes.
well, and the thing of it is too is right. They want ticket sales, right? They want you to
They
go
want
through
ticket
and
sales,
buy
so
ticket sales.
they
So of
aggregate
course
all
they're
of their
yes,
information
hundred
based on
percent.
trying to encourage people to buy tickets through
Yes.
their system, right? So it's not that they're beholden to Disney, that they're beholden to Warner Brothers, even though they favor Disney more than Warner Brothers, because there are more ticket sales to garner from Disney than there is from Warner. That's just a fact
I mean, it's a
of
business.
it's a
It's
business,
a
and
business.
it is a fact from 2008 to 2018. That was the norm. That was the
Right.
idea, is that Disney sold way more tickets than anything from Warner. And Warner, while they make good movies, they make lower budget and smaller movies that have been successful.
Now, this is so I want to say something because I this comment that I've got starred. I want to say something. So Yojo Daddy. So here's the thing, right? Because he says I think we're going to a point like with Motu, we're going to have to start factoring streaming money into what the movie really makes. Hate it, but a lot of movie folks are just waiting on. Now here's the deal. I know what you're saying. So think about this. Let's go back to physical
There
media.
is no streaming money.
Okay, right. So yes, spoiler alert. So I was gonna say, let's take a trip backwards. Let's take a trip backwards to when a movie came out in the theater, right? And you could judge how much money that film made, right? And let's say that film that came out maybe didn't make a lot of money at the theater, but on when VHS came out, it becomes a cult classic.
Right.
Maybe it's licensed on TNT to run on or FX or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so over a movie's lifetime through rentals and television and things of that nature, yes, a movie can make money for a studio. It might take 8 years, 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, who knows? But a movie can make money back. We live in a different world today where asking for a movie to make money on streaming, we don't have tangible things that we can count. We don't have tangible things that we can say, man, it sold X amount of VHS copies or Laserdisc or DVDs, because we don't have those numbers anymore, and because we're not provided with figures that we can rely on. In all honesty, I know what you're saying. but I don't think it works that way anymore,
Oh, so
unfortunately.
so here's the other problem. Okay, so Disney sells Disney Plus a movie to stream, and then Disney Plus says this is how many views we got, so we can calculate that this is how many subscriptions that we got over this time. So I mean, all of these are fudged numbers.
Yes.
There's no empirical evidence to show that any of these things are actually real. When Disney pays Disney, when Disney is streaming, and Disney
Right,
makes money
right.
off of Disney, making money off of Disney,
And
paying
it's not
Disney
just
to be
Disney. I mean,
Disney.
you could say that's
No,
Paramount for Paramount Plus. It could
it's
be
all of them.
Universal for NBC or Peacock. I mean,
Right.
whatever you want to say it.
Right.
But I know what you're saying, Yojo Daddy. But unfortunately, the way that the industry has been changed now, we no longer can really gauge a cult classic that maybe makes money for a studio over time, right?
Yep.
Or not even just a cult classic, but any movie
Any movie, yeah.
from the box office to streaming, because it's so nebulous and it's just like you don't even know what you're really looking at. You can't trust any numbers. And like we were joking earlier, it's the number one movie in America this week on Amazon Prime. Well, yeah, of
number
course
one
they're going
movie
to
on
say
Amazon
that.
Prime in
America
on Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, and it's a shame because I think that when the industry changed over, and especially with COVID, it's a shame because they ruined their industry. They literally ruined their industry. And whether that's a sign of like technology progress or whatever you want to call it, right? Ease of the viewer being able to find the things they want to watch. Unfortunately, and I think a problem for me is I think it's turning into music, because what's happened is everything is becoming so segmented and so genre that there's something for everyone out there, but streaming can't possibly rely on releasing 300 movies a week like on Netflix and spending all that money on shit no one watches. And it's just like music now. There's no shared experiences. You don't have a top 40. Yeah, you've got stuff that's catered to you that is like lumber sexual, jazz, hip hop, mountain music. And you're like, yeah, that's my jam. But like, you might be one of only 1,400 people in the country that listens to it, right? And it's the same thing with all this slop shit we get on these streaming channels. Yeah, they've got 200 movies that released on Netflix this week. Do you know any of them? Because none of them are worth a shit, right? But they're spending all that money to produce it. It still doesn't mean that the industry is healthy, right? And so it's a shame that's kind of the direction that it's gone. And unfortunately, it's caused a lot of people to be out of business. It's caused LA to sink into a hole. And, now you got reports Paramount talking about moving to my neck of the woods in Tennessee, from California, from LA to Nashville. I don't know that that's reality. I think it's a lot of hot air. But, you're talking about these major studios literally picking up and moving out of California, and that's unheard of.
I gotta ask something here, Eric. Motu costs $5.99 to watch. Where? Because everybody that I know,
Amazon.
No,
because it's on Amazon, right?
Yeah,
you have Prime.
Everybody that I know has Amazon Prime because they get shipping on stuff, so they can watch it for no extra cost. They're already paying for it with their Amazon Prime subscription. So I don't understand where people are paying for this, because I don't know anybody that doesn't have Amazon Prime because they're purchasing stuff on Amazon to get free shipping and everything else, because Prime shipping is a huge cost saver. So I don't know.
Hang on.
I have Prime. I'm watching it right now. It's free. It didn't cost me a dime.
I was gonna say I'm putting in my info now. I'm logging into my account.
Yeah, I just launched it. I'm watching it right now on my laptop over here, and it's the movie that just came out, and I didn't pay a dime for it
Yeah,
because
it says watch now.
yeah,
So
and that's it. You got to watch a commercial
now
unless you
I'm
have the ad
curious
free
because
tier.
you know sometimes when you go on and you're looking at it says where to watch, right? If you Google
Yeah,
something
yeah,
on your
yeah.
phone, it says where to watch.
Right.
And let's say if you want to try to watch it on YouTube or something like that, it'll tell
Yeah.
you like, it's $5.99 or
Sure.
whatever. Uh, but as far as having Prime, because it is a byproduct of
Yeah.
everyone using Amazon, it says
Right.
where to watch and it says Amazon Prime subscription. Yeah, if you have it, it is free, right?
I mean,
So I don't know. It's
I don't
interesting.
know if you have Prime, maybe you're watching it from an account that
He
isn't
said
logged in
let's see,
or
they
something.
lock new releases.
No,
It's
no, no.
locked.
It's free. I just pulled it up.
Yeah. Well,
I,
Eric might have looked it up a couple days ago.
well, okay, because
But if
as
you
of
pull it up now,
Wednesday,
you definitely could watch it right now if you want to. I'm 100% positive because I just pulled it up.
yeah, as of Wednesday, as far as I know, that's when I saw it pop up, and it said it was
Okay.
included
Yeah.
on Wednesday,
Right.
and it's still there, and I just double checked it to make sure that it wasn't anything else. So I don't know if you're not logged into your account at that spot or something. I don't know. I don't know what it
Okay,
is.
yeah, it was a couple of days ago. I was gonna say
Okay,
because
okay.
I assume maybe that was the case. Is like hey, pull it up, take a look, and then it's like pulls up whatever. But yeah, it should be good to go now for you, man.
Yep,
And,
yep.
as Yo Joe Daddy says, I've watched it twice, and there you go, which is great. So and that goes back to Yo Joe Daddy what I was talking about earlier. Is like that's great, right? So you're supporting that by streaming
Love
it,
it.
by watching it, but Prime's not getting any new subscription signups because of Masters of the Universe,
No.
right? So when you're talking about like adding money to the kitty, so to speak, it is what
How
it
do you
is,
calculate
right?
that? I don't know how you calculate
Yeah,
that.
I don't either because really, it's just people signing up for Amazon, and then it's like, oh, by the way, a benefit is Prime Video, right?
Right.
And, so watch whatever you want on Prime Video. Obviously on Prime you have to pay for some things. If you don't have a subscription to HBO and you want to watch an HBO product through Amazon, you're going to have to pay for that.
And like I've said for 6 years now, they're going to keep increasing the rates.
Yes.
And including ads until the highest tier still has ads, and we're
Correct.
almost there because you can pay extra to go ad free for now, but pretty soon it's going to be ads no matter what tier you're on.
Yes, sir. And that's a shame, but it's like, so here we are. We're right back around to cable TV in a sense, except your ad breaks. Your ad breaks, look, I'm not stupid. I know the ad breaks on streaming are not generally as long, okay? Some can be 90 seconds, right? You can have these really long
90 seconds. That's forever.
I know, but you know what I'm saying? Like where your traditional commercial breaks could be like, 3-4 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in traditional TV. So streaming still has shorter ad breaks. The problem with that, unfortunately, and we is because with traditional television, when advertisers paid for ads and they knew their ads were going to play at this time, and this time every hour on the hour, or every after the beginning of the
25
episode,
minutes, 22 minutes,
7 minutes in, right after 13 minutes, after 21, and then whatever.
Yeah.
And so, when you lose those advertising dollars, right, it kind of changes the ball game. So yeah, you're showing fewer ads. It might be the same ad over and over, but a lot of the economy has really changed a lot. And with that, actually, as JoJo Daddy says, got to hit the bed. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's about 1:30, and I'm getting a little tired myself. These old eyes of mine.
I got a little toy show to go tomorrow.
Oh,
So,
well, hell yeah, man.
I've got to while I'm going to be listening to SDCC stuff, I'm going to be at a toy show visiting some friends in the local communities with some stuff. I won a little contest, so I'm going to go pick up a little Operation Monster Force.
Sweet.
Soldier of Fortune, the red one that I won in a contest.
Okay.
It could have been another stinger, but I already had a stinger, so I said, give that to somebody else. And so he
you
gave
can
one of
always
those
get
away.
another stinger if you want one. They ain't gonna charge you twice.
Yeah, whatever.
Sale,
But
yeah. That's
but
cool.
so yeah,
All right.
so I'm gonna go hang out with some toy enthusiasts tomorrow. Some
Cool.
people who made the movie Retro Freaks and Ed 209, and some other guys down there at a Metroplex toy show.
Well,
in
if
Dallas.
anybody is up, Yojo Daddy says he's gonna be going live tomorrow. Gotta get to
Might check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, so go check it out on his channel, I assume, at some point in time. Maybe if you subscribed and have the notification bell for sure. And then I know I have to work tomorrow evening, and then I will do another live stream on Sunday night, probably. So I got a couple things I want to talk about. I know we covered a lot of ground tonight. But I may.
We still only got through about half of what we talked about.
There's actually still some other stuff on my screen,
Yeah.
but I'm getting a little wore out. I ain't gonna
Gotcha.
lie. A little tired.
Love
It is 1:30 Central Standard Time. But yeah, I gotta work tomorrow, 3-star. But if and as Nolan says, apparently Motu Movie is #1 movie in Canada on Prime right now. I bet it is. I bet it is for some weird reason. But yeah, no doubt about it. I'll figure out what's let's see. There you go. That's for you, Matthew.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So yeah, but if I do not stream Sunday night, then obviously we will see you guys back again on Tuesday for another evening blend and kind of catch up on some more numbers and some more news. I know there's some other news that I did not grab for tonight, but I kind of want to get through those trailers and stuff. So, do what you can. Let's see, Yojo Depot. Yeah, I will be. I got a full day tomorrow because I got something else I got to do, unfortunately, tomorrow before I work. But you can text me, whatever, no big deal. Anyway, all right. So I guess that's about it. We'll catch you guys later. Appreciate y'all hanging out on a Friday night. It was impromptu, but it was fun. I'm glad Matthew's able to hang out. There he is again in all his better than maximum glory. Ooh, suck it, Maximum Spider-Man, bitch. And with that, we will catch you guys definitely on Tuesday night and maybe Sunday. Later, y'all. Have a great night.